These clubs have got good support, a good supporter base, and it's a fantastic atmosphere for this second division final.
All right, just about all in readiness at the Laylaw football ground. Of course, we'll be having the live crosses down to the Whittlesea Showgrounds there, particularly for those Laylaw people working at the Laylaw football ground today. Very keen to keep an eye on how the Laylaw-McLeod match is going from the Whittlesea Showgrounds. But we are set for a start. Umpire Adam Walker holds the ball aloft. The siren sounds, and as soon as the ball hits the ground, we'll hit the stopwatch here. We do that now. Pretty to do the ruck work against Watkins. Pretty got a hand to it, but it's going to be Lincoln that sends Panton Hill straight into attack. The defenders come out in front of their forward opponents. It's a loose ball. The umpire with the whistle and a free kick. High tackle to Panton Hill, 35, 40 metres out, almost directly in front. And the first scoring opportunity will go to Daniel Lincoln from Panton Hill.
Got reported last week, actually, and got off the tribunal, so with a severe reprimand.
We've got to make the most of it. Daniel Lincoln crosses the 50-metre line into the breeze, plenty of height, got the distance, not the accuracy, offline. The opening score comes in the first 40 seconds. It is a minor score to Panton Hill. They are 1 point. Reservoir yet to open their account. Bringing the ball back in will be Drew.
Okay, Drew from fullback. He's got a player short. It was Williams. Indecisive where to go. Comes to the club room side of the ground. Lovely drop punt out there. Hits the point of the square. He's looking out there for Pretty, and Pretty gets his two hands up and takes a good mark. Looking to play on and looking to move the ball quickly is Pretty as Watkins stands a mark. He goes long. He's looking there for the high flyers in Noble. Ball spills out now. Thrown over the top there. Hit Kane O'Brien. O'Brien's under plenty of pressure. Plenty of defence getting back there. He's got another chance, O'Brien. Loses it for his teammate. Looked like Edwards that time, was it?
Breeding.
No, it was Breedy got one over the head and a kick over the head, and it'll go out of bounds and we'll see a throw in.
It's at the half-forward line for Reservoir. A gusting 3 to 4 goal breeze favouring the City end. The end they're kicking to in the opening term. First semi-final, the losers out for 2004. The winners come back in the preliminary final to be played at Whittlesea next week. From the throw-in, Stacks on the mill, no clean possession. Ball pops out the back of the pack. Maker finds his left boot into the corridor. They come out from full-back, Panton Hill to meet the ball. It's still loose. An opportunity here, clearing kick. Oh, great smother from Mickey Noble. O'Brien back to Noble. Noble can't control the ball in the forward pocket. They dive in over the top of him, and he should have had the first goal on the board. But Mickey Noble, a little case of the fumbles there, Cooter.
Yeah, I think he wasn't expecting the quick handball from Kane O'Brien then. We've got a ball up right on the point of the 10-metre square. Noble got it out there. They pushed out towards the boundary line. Reservoir tried to get the ball up there, but it was through Gill for Panton Hill. They relieved the pressure. They go out to the half-back line. Now a chance for Lincoln. He's under plenty of pressure, but he got a weak handball there to Sykes. Went back to Strongman. Strongman has to stand, looking for Gerard. Under the ball there was Drew. He punches it back into play, trying to get there, socket off the ground there by Gerard. Stacks on the mill, and plenty of feeling in the game as they come over the top of each other, and we'll see a ball up right in front of the crowd here at these club rooms, where we'll see no score. 1 point to Panton Hill. Reservoir yet to open their account.
And it was good effort from Gerard, made a good contest of that. Edwards, his kick was chopped off. Breeding couldn't get possession away. Breeding goes back in after it. They dive in again, Panton Hill, and it is tight early in the contest, in the clinches. Both sides really come out fired up for this first semi-final, the knockout final in round 2 of second division finals football.
Okay, it was one there by Scotty Ryan, but it's picked up there by Woods. He goes long, and Reservoir mark across half back, and that was through Grindle. Grindle looks towards the centre of the ground. He's looking out there towards Noble. Noble in front, gets punched down there, that time by McAuliffe. Ball spills out. Chance here this time for Noble. Just weaves out of trouble beautifully. Got it to his teammate, and that was through Williams from the half-back line, but the kick was astray. Lincoln didn't read the ball well. A chance this time for Reservoir. They get a quick kick that up there. Found Breeding. Breeding lines the big sticks up. Is that the first major on the board? It certainly is. Reservoir 1 straight goal 6. Panton Hill 1 straight point 1.
And that was good work from Reservoir with their numbers around the ball at that half-forward area, Mark. It must have been about 4-on-2 at that stage. So Panton Hill backing themselves coming forward, but they need to double back just as quick.
It was a cruel bounce for Lincoln. He was sort of on his own. Just the bounce eluded him and bounced straight up into Reservoir's arm. So, not to worry.
Walker, umpire Walker that is, not Vice President Walker. Has the ball back in the middle of the ground, and just a little bit of feeling off the ball there between Woods and Edwards. puts the ball down. It's going to favour Woods and Edwards. Edwards got a hand onto it for Reservoir, but Sykes gets a quick kick up towards centre half forward for Panton Hill. An opportunity there for Oakley. Couldn't take possession of the ball. Reservoir seem to be getting numbers around the ball quickly. Breeding has it, tackled quickly, no opportunity. Umpire Walker will come in and throw the ball up. We're still in the centre square here at the Laylaw football ground. 4.5, nearly 5 minutes in. A 6-1 game at the moment.
Okay, the umpire threw the ball up there. It was a big punch there by Pretty. Running off the half back line there. That time was Spagula. He tries to pick it up there. Now he does. On his left foot, he puts it up to the teeth of goal. He's look up there for McGregor, but he's caught behind, and Green used his body well. It'll go out of bounds. Right near the point posts, and it'll be out of bounds and on the full. So the free kick will be taken by Green.
In the back pocket, Sean Green. McGregor stands the mark. Kicked 8 last week for Reservoir in their win over Diamond Creek McGregor. The skipper of Reservoir, as Green's ball goes out the half-back line, just holds up in the breeze. Woods comes through and takes a well-judged mark. Gets quickly onto his left boot, works it in the middle of the ground. Gerard, the target, in front, has to pick the ball up off the ground, puts the big fend on, gets the kick around the corner, and that goes up to the half-forward line. Bouncing ball close to the boundary line. Davey there for Panton Hill, keeps the ball in the field of play, gets it to centre forward, big fist on the ball for the defence, pushes the ball 30 metres forward for Reservoir, then a good tap across to Grindle to Maker. He's looking for his left foot, he's caught, he'll pay the penalty. No, the umpire said play on, comes out to Gerard, he puts it in towards centre half forward, they look for position, and the mark taken there by Daniel Lincoln. And Daniel Lincoln quite lively early on. Mark, across that half-forward line?
Yeah, he plays the elusive half-forward, and he's got a good pair of hands.
A few of the Diamond Creek Mernda people make their way out. There's still room here at Laylaw's. Lincoln's kick, long.
That's a good kick.
Straightens up, and it is a goal. Panton Hill into the breeze. 1 goal, 1-7. Lead Reservoir, 1 straight goal, 6. And a good kick from Daniel Lincoln. Well, he learnt from the first one, I'd suggest, that he put that up nice and high and into the breeze, got the carry. Yes. An important goal against the breeze to Panton Hill.
Yeah, certainly an awkward kicking style, but very effective. Okay, we're back in the centre. Watkins to do the ruck work against Pretty. They run straight at each other as the ball's put on the ground. Up high there was Pretty, got it down, but Lincoln roved it beautifully. Got the end ball over there to Woods. Woods has to get around the opponent. It's a beautiful kick up to the forward line, but dropping back in defence there is the player in Taylor.
Taylor with the kick finds Maker just short of centre wing. Maker has to go back and have a look around. Scotty Ryan comes to put the Shepherd in, and
it's against
what will be the decision there? He's going to tell Ryan to get out of the contest. I would have thought that was just play on. Ryan wants to put a Shepherd on, hold Gerard out. Now, Maker hasn't even got back around the mark, and he's going to allow that to go on. So, Maker on the left boot from half back towards half forward. They set themselves to the mark there. O'Brien, well, it fell for his arms. Doing the work on the tap on the ball was Duffel. Duffel back in the contest again. Breeding trying for the handball inboard, but too close to the boundary line. Rushed over, and there'll be a throw in at half forward. Reservoir kicking to the city end. They are in attack, trailing by a point on the scoreboard. 8 minutes opening term.
Throw will take place. Looks like it's going to be Gill to do the ruck work against Scott Ryan. Ball was smothered off the boot from Lincoln, and it'll go out of bounds once again.
Well, Jamie Lincoln's getting to the football, Cooter, but maybe just not value for money at the moment.
Not at this stage.
For a phrase, because he's just a possession and just not getting the ball away cleanly, but he is getting to the footy, so that's a good sign for Panton Hill. So ball's on the way back in. Ryan to do the ruck work. Grabs front spot there in front of Gill. At ground level, Edwards tried to put the backhand slap on it, and he missed the ball and actually took his opponent high there. And the free kick will go to Panton Hill across the half back line.
That's Duggan. Duggan in the back pocket. The nuggety back pocket player comes out to the clubroom side of the ground. He's looking out there for Lincoln. He'll have Maker. Scott Ryan was in fringe. No, it was against Maker that time. And the free kick's going to go to Lincoln.
Yeah, into his back, they're saying.
Lincoln's across half back. It's kicking into the breeze, Panton Hill. Probably sprung up to be a 2-3 goal win as he kicks up the half forward line, and getting back there across half back there's Pretty.
And Pretty took a pretty good mark at half back. Sends it up to half forward, straight back to Jamie Lincoln territory. He's got some support there from Duffel. Picked up by Moody, swung it off the boot, touched off the boot, out of bounds. And right beside Gary Ramsey and his coaching staff there in the Panton Hill box. And umpire Tracy Morrison to put the ball back into play. It's a 1-point lead to Panton Hill.
Noble to do the ruck work against McAuliffe. Noble wins out, gets down in front of the pack there, and the ball will dribble over the boundary line once again as we see the score 1-1-7 Panton Hill. Reservoir 1 straight goal 6.
And there's going to be just a lot of ball out on the boundary line with the breeze pushing it to the lines. Ball coming back in. Ryan grabs front spot again, or tried to take out of the ruck. Was a little bit risky. Player right on his heels. Quick kick out of the contest up towards centre wing. Gerard and Drew, they told each other off the ball. Drew, good solid defence. Gets it over the boundary line. He's not worried about clean possession. He's worried about keeping it out of Jonathan Gerard's hands. And we'll have a throw in centre wing here in front of the Layla rooms at the Layla football ground.
Watkins do the ruck work against Pretty. Watkins for Panton Hill. Pretty for the Reservoir side. Watkins in front, got it down. Woods tackled, gang tackled that time. Wasn't going anywhere, so the umpire will ball it up.
1-1-7 Panton Hill. 1 straight is Reservoir. 10.5 minutes opening term. Goal to Breeding for Reservoir. Goal to Daniel Lincoln for Panton Hill from the ruck contest. Edwards overran it, left it behind. A little bit of communication needed between Panton Hill. Terrific. Lincoln to Woods. The kick, pretty ordinary going forward. Williams got a fist on it, works it back out to Breeding. Breeding, the nice little balk, gets around Gerard, gets a shepherd from Pretty. Handball inboard, finds Maker. He's in the centre of the ground, runs to centre half forward, sees the lead of McGregor, puts it in front of McGregor. McGregor trapped it brilliantly. Handball back in towards centre half forward. It's broken down. Woods an opportunity to clear the ball away. Handballed it to a hot contest there between Walker of Panton Hill and his opponent. Comes back here to Woods. He's going to throw it on the left boot. Put the ball down towards centre half forward. They set themselves. Pack of players go at it. Gerard tried to sock it out of the air, but Grindle will clear for Reservoir back to half forward.
Kicks it back to half forward. Now Reservoir got the chance. They got the numbers. Now it's picked up and big handball over the top there to Matty Noble. He runs into the duffel coat, and the duffel coat wraps him up as duffel coats do, and we'll see a free kick taken there by Duffel.
What number did you used to have on your duffel coat, mate?
Number 5.
As the ball comes from a duffel out to Gill. Gill goes that far side. The target out there was Walker. Couldn't hold on to it. At ground level, they come up with the football. Grindle with a 1-2 going back there. Now they go. Straighten it up. Send it forward. But it's pretty much a 2-on-1 contest in favour of Panton Hill here. Duffel again plies a quick tackle there on O'Sullivan. The boundary line too close, out of bounds. It'll be thrown in. Number 5. Who was number 5 for Richmond?
Number 5 for Richmond was... just trying to think of his name. I'll get it in a minute. Emmett Dunn.
You had Emmett Dunn on your duffel coat.
Why not?
No one had Emmett Dunn on their duffel coat. The ball comes back in. Gill got a big thump on the ball, worked it back towards the wing. Oh, quick hands, got it up to Pretty. Reservoir, they go into attack. Wobbly old kick. Maker's going to run onto it. He want to look for his left foot.
Good
Clever little tap inboard there towards Carpenter. They've got it at the top of the square. Moody tackled high, plays on goal. Reservoir with their second. 2 goals straight, Reservoir, 12 points. Panton Hill, 1-1-7. Thank you very much, Glenn and David, of course. Laylaw, wait or bright start there.
Good to see Giuseppe's information was right. Cooney not playing.
On the money.
He's kicked too.
Back in the middle. Walker with the ball to put it back down, restart the play. Everyone had Kevin Bartlett and Francis Burke on their duffel coat, mate. Not Emmett Dunn. From the throw in. Whoa, straight into the back there of Sykes. And he'll take a free kick, and coming through solidly was Scotty Ryan. Sykes didn't like the attention. He'll come up with a free kick. And defensive side, centre circle. Got the arm guard on, Cooter.
Yes, probably obviously a wrist injury over the years. As he kicks up to the half forward, Lincoln's give away the free kick. And it's going to go back there to Edwards. And they're having a bit of a red-hot dip, the two of them in the centre of the ground, Lincoln and Edwards.
Oh, great contest. Maker, Breeding, Edwards through the midfield. Lincoln in there and Woods for Panton Hill.
Okay, so Edwards on the half-back line. Tell him to push across, open it up. You look up there for Scotty Ryan on Mickey Noble as he goes straight towards centre half forward. He's looking there for Mickey Noble. He's caught in front, got it down. Roving beautifully there was O'Brien. Has to go on the left foot. He's looking up there, one-on-one contest. McGregor versus Green. And McGregor was caught holding green on that occasion, and I don't see where the umpire picked that one out, and the free kick will go back there to green.
Well, it's obvious he's a bit closer than we are, Mark. There's a ball. Goes out towards the centre wing, far side. Good mark. Did he have enough? Or he actually took a high tackle in the end, Gerard. He spent most of the time on this side of the ground, so...
25.
Against Pretty there on the ground. Well, again, tough to know what that was for, unless there was a bit of lip in it. But Gerard comes up with the ball, gets dragged down to the top of the square, puts it out for Butler, but chopping that one off, getting in front Edwards, and gets away from Butler. Puts the ball up towards centre forward. It's a bouncing ball coming through solidly, and taking the ball was Davey. Couldn't control it. Support's good from Duffel. He's had a bright opening start. Duffel needs to get rid of it. Throws boot the ball now. Jamie Lincoln the target, and Lincoln has the ball at half forward. Runs in towards half forward line. Puts a kick forward, but in front the Reservoir defence of Williams, and he takes the mark in the last line of defence and throws it wide to Grindle.
Goes out wide to Grindle. He's got a player that's moved inboard, and that'll be Galetti. Marked at centre half back. Now he goes long. A little bit too much on it there for Moody. It'll go straight back in the arms of Duffley. He marks, plays on, got around a player, sped it up there to the half-forward line in Strongman. He goes with an up and under kick. High flyers needed here. Plenty of defence getting back there. Roving the pack beautifully was Oakley. Lincoln just tries to sock it off the ground. Wasn't going anywhere, so he decides to pick up there. Go out wide to Gerard. Gerard has marked, plays on. Has he brought this back around enough? I think he has. 2 goals to Panton Hill, 2-1. That'll take him on to 13 points. To Reservoir, 2 straight goals, 12. As Scotty Ryan's going off the ground. Probably discipline reasons there, Tony.
I would suggest so, and... Umpire Walker with the ball. About to get us back underway, and what a great start here. Reservoir had the breeze at their back, but Panton Hill do hold a narrow lead as we've gone 16 and a half minutes of this opening term. Strongman tries to force it forward for Panton Hill. Just fresh on the ground, and Netta picks it up, works it forward. Maker's going to run onto this one, taps it to his own advantage. Looks for his left foot, runs to the 40-metre line, unloads to the near side, and a minor score. That wraps it up here at the Laylaw football ground. 2 goals, 1 apiece. Both teams are sitting on 13 points in the scoreboard. Oh, markets, we've only been going 17 minutes and the scoreboard's a point out already.
So this will be Shannon Gill, designated kicker. He's looking out there for Davey or Strongman. Davey will free at the back of the pack. It's punched away there by Moody, and it'll run out of bounds right near centre wing, and we'll see a change made by the Panton Hill side. Watkins coming off and Dummett coming on for the ruck change.
Yes, both teams swing their rucks around. We won't see Pretty doing all the rucking today, and Netta will do some of that along with Scotty Ryan. And Dummett in there just losing his bulk already on Pretty. Well, Pretty just took Dummett out straight out of the contest. The handball from Strongman picked up by Lincoln. Lincoln sends it around the corner, works it forward, and it's over the boundary line between wing and half forward. And again, the crowd right in the play early here didn't like the attention from Pretty on the fresh ruckman in Dummett. And we'll have the ball thrown in at half forward for Panton Hill. Dummett again there to do the ruck work against Pretty. Dummett's going to get a free run at this one. Knocked it straight into the path of Borchers. Couldn't come clear with the footy though. Edwards picks it up for Reservoir. Goes backwards. The kick forward looking for a Netta. And a Netta works hard to get to the ball. Just forward to centre wing inside the boundary line.
Goes in short, he's found Breeding creating some space. He looks for the lead, McGregor, beautiful pass out in front, but roving the pack there in front was Carpenter. Ball's at ground level, a chance this time for Reservoir, and that'll be through Spagula. Got a quick kick out there, ineffective as the defensive Green. They push it out back out to the wing position once again where Walker will run onto it. He's tackled, the ball is in dispute. Oakley's in there, lend a hand. No one can get out there. Lincoln's in there, the tackle's laid, and it'll be a free kick to Reservoir. And it looks like it's going to go to Edwards. Edwards half back. He's got a player who's drifted in inboard there. That'll be Grindle. Cross half back. Decides to switch it. This is dangerous because it might favour, but it's going to come off on this occasion. And that'll be marked by Drew. They're right out in front of the club rooms here as Drew goes long. He's looking there for O'Brien. Looking to push his opponent under the under the ball, which he does, and then got a kick up there looking for Moody, but it's underground pass. He's put him under plenty of pressure. He goes to give him a bit of assistance, so he got the handball over to Moody, back to Breeding. Now the pass has come into the forward line. McGregor had his hands on it, has to twist and turn, back to Anetta. They're just outside the 50. He runs into towards about 30 metres in the goal, open goal, wrong side of the post, and it'll be a minor score. 2 goals, 2 will be 14 points. Reservoir to 2-1, 13.
Told you they were a point out, and it is going to be Panton Hill to bring it in for the fullback at the half-back line. Gerard the target, and strong hands. Jonathan Gerard takes the mark at the half-back line for Panton Hill. Has a look forward now. Little toe poke over the top. Lincoln's going to be under a little bit of pressure, and the umpire said it'll be free high, and a hot one there. Pretty was quick to drop the ball, and the umpire didn't notice that one as he was keeping an eye on Lincoln. The Lincoln short over the top to find Dummett. Dummett's got a free rein in front of him. Wobbly old kick off the boots, a pretty ordinary kick. Taken away there by Breeding. He sends it long back to the half-forward line. Off hands at the front. Gerard picks it up, steps around a couple, was good. Got a handball out. Coming through to meet it was Gill. Gill sweeping handball in the middle of the park for Woods to run onto. Oh, got it away from Collins. Good tackle from Breeding. They scream for the free kick. Not coming. Outside the 50 to the top of the square. Butler at it with one hand against Taylor. Taylor knocks it through from behind to Panton Hill. And that should give the score at 2-2 apiece. Might have to see Walker Senior about getting that scoreboard ticking over correctly.
As the ball's kicked out there that time by Taylor, goes out towards the wing position. Dummett's going to run back onto the ball, but he's tackled by Anetta. It's a good tackle there by Anetta. Didn't see him coming, so Anetta will take the free kick. On centre wing, out of side of the ground. Just weighing up his options. Come off the bench, Anetta. So he's had a couple of kicks early. So he goes long, up and under kick. Who's going to be in front? It's going to be the player in Grindle. Ball spills out. Chance for Lincoln. Lincoln goes across the ground looking for Strongman. Strongman's got it. Now he goes short once again. He's found Oakley, but the pass had a little bit too much on it. And who's got it? It'll be Drew. He sends it back towards the Edwards direction. Edwards under plenty of pressure. Working hard in defence there was Drew. Now a chance this time to pick it up. There was the chance in McGrath. He can't pick it up there. Working hard under the pack there was Gerard. They got it out now. It's at centre forward. Working well. This looks like Spagula. He goes out wide, finds Drew. Half back line.
Drew picks it up now, runs towards the wing, goes with a kick to her half forward. The numbers are with Panton Hill. Oh, couldn't hold on to it. Davey, there's a mistake made. Picked up by Carpenter. Gets it on the left boot, works it out to McGregor. Comes out in the pocket to meet it. Stripped of the ball there by Green. Green has a look, sends the ball back towards the wing. The kick, though, only lands in the arms of Maker for Reservoir.
Plays on, got around Sykes. He's in plenty of trouble now. Lincoln's going to hammer him, but he got his kick just in time and dropping back across the half-back line. And in the hole was Dummett, the ruckman. Goes out wide, looking for Lincoln. Lincoln will mark on the chest. He's had a few touches early, Lincoln. Sitting across that half-back line. Just weighing up his options now.
It's a brilliant start by Panton Hill. They are really hard at the football as Lincoln sends it up towards centre wing. Big pack of players here looking for a flyer. Loose ball at the front of the pack. Edwards, good turn. Got himself out of trouble. Then a centering kick. They've done a lot of that, Reservoir. Put it back into the corridor. They take the ball. Quickly tackled. Comes free. Solid contest at the footy. McGregor gets a handball off the Carpenter. Handballs it to his own advantage. Loses the run of the ball. They dive in over the top. Panton Hill. They have done a particularly good job across half-back. As we approach the 23 minutes actually have ticked over in the first term.
Yeah, you're right, Tony. They've done a good job, Panton Hill. As the ruck contestants done, no ruckman really got it. And grabbing the ball there was Kane O'Brien. And it'll be all locked up and we'll see a ball up. Plenty of players there across half-back for both sides. Reservoir kicking with the breeze. Free kick on the ball up there. It's going to go back there to Dummett against Noble that time, and Dummett will take the kick across half-back.
Dummett sends it across to the wing on the clubroom side. Gerard, he's got enough of it. And Gerard from, no, it's a mark, not a free kick, so it goes back. But Gerard from in between two of them really did look to control the ball there. And you've got to admire Gerard's work rate in this first term, Mark, across his half-forward line up to the wing.
Definitely playing a long way up the ground, isn't he?
He is, but he's really presenting as a target up the ground. The kick forward now, they need to get Butler into the play. It's going to fall short. Williams took no risk, just knocked it back up the field of play for Reservoir. Comes towards Gerard. He looks half sped already, Gerard. Comes out towards Lincoln. Lincoln got it to Duffel, took a high one on the shoulder, squeezed the handball forward. Drew picks it up, got the kick around the corner, and the mark taken there, and solidly meant to by the defence, but the mark has been taken there by McGrath.
McGrath, centre wing, goes long with a drop punt. He's pushed it out towards the pocket. Up they go. Got his hands on it, was pretty. Roving the pack there now, and it looks like Reservoir. Carpenter was in plenty of trouble, so he got it back there in the Moody direction, and Moody's a bit close to the boundary line. It'll go out of bounds, and we'll see a throw-in take place.
25 minutes opening term of this first semi-final at the Laylaw Football Ground. This is the close one. Scores are locked up at 2 goals, 2 apiece. Reservoir with a 2-3 gusting goal breeze at their back. Car kick clear of a determined Panton Hill defence. And again, we see Strongman bring it out of the back line. Send it down towards centre wing. They've got numbers, Reservoir. Anetta puts it back into the corridor, looking for McGregor. But at the back, pretty solid. Gill takes the mark, goes a long way backwards to Lincoln, and Lincoln will clear for Panton Hill.
Gill, it was green toppy as he went back there to Jamie Lincoln. He doesn't know what to do with it. Now he spends a bit of time, goes short. He's looking there for Davey. He's going to be under pressure. The tackle was laid, threw the ball out there. Running off the half-back there was, it looked like Collins. He couldn't control it, and we've got to play it down right near the pack there as a Panton Hill player, and we'll see a ball up. Holding his head, looks like Richardson, Ashleford. No, it's Davey, you're right.
And Collins coming through, the winner of our Auto Direct $200 trophy last week, Richard Collins from Reservoir off the half-back line. This is Kane O'Brien, outside 50, has a quick look at goals. Boot the ball, wobbly kick to the near side. Through for a behind. 2 goals, 3 Reservoir. 2 goals, 2 Panton Hill. Scott Ryan about to come back on as the full-back line. And the ball about to come back into play, taking plenty of time, and Davey still in a little bit of trouble back out there, Mark. As it comes out, wobbly old kick. McGrath got his hands to it, the Reservoir, couldn't hold on to it. He's got a loose player forward, it's Kane O'Brien. Duffel runs back, but O'Brien takes the mark 50 metres from the Reservoir goal. Time running out here for Reservoir to assert their authority on the match in this opening term. And they'll be looking for a couple of late goals here just to get their nose in front heading into quarter time. The centering kick and a good mark taken there. Is it the 44 coming through?
I think it is, Toppy. I think it is.
Spagulia. It is, and he's marked that 40 out directly in front. We'll go back and line up here in the late stages of this opening term. So 2-3 to 2-2. And a shot on goal to come. Spagulia. Look at the Reservoir numbers all standing around there at the 50-metre line. It's like blue on one side and red and black on the other. The kick is good, and he's their 3rd goal. He's first. Reservoir, 3 goals, 3 now, leading Panton Hill 2 goals, 2. He's got all the scores, hasn't he, back there, Pete? He's got all those TVs going. Where's the Olympic results, Pete? Back to the centre. And we're about to get underway. So just a little lead here to Reservoir. Again, still probably looking for another goal or 2 late in the term here with the breeze at their back. 28 minutes have ticked over. Oh, Woods ducked under trouble, then got a kick forward. Collins comes out to meet it. The bounce eludes him. Grindle goes back, gathers it, loses it. Williams, dangerous. A hot handball under pressure. Galletti, and Galletti comes out of half-back. Now he didn't know what to do with it. He said, I've got plenty of room. I'll take a bounce. I'll take 2. Works it up towards the middle of the ground. Handball wide to Drew. Drew got one on further afield to Maker. He tried to turn out of trouble. O'Brien on the end of that one. Picks it up. Swings it around the corner. It's going to come up short. Duggan couldn't get a hand to it. McGregor couldn't get onto it. Breeding pulled off it, but he got through the ball, bouncing towards the goal. The defence happy to knock it through for a minor score. 3 goals, 4. Reservoir to Panton Hill, 2 goals, 2. Whatever you do, Mark, don't trust the scoreboard. The best cameraman we've got. Well, she didn't say Margaret's. It's Gil to bring the ball back into play. I'm just talking.
Green comes.
Green
brings the ball back to the clubroom side of the ground, and the siren's gone here at the Sydney Crescent Reserve, where we see the score: 2 goals, 2-13 to 3-3-21. Great quarter. Goals for the Panton Hill side. Gerard's got one, Lincoln's got the other one, and the 3 goals for the Reservoir side. Breeding with
go
one.
Towards the second quarter. And the umpire has a look around, happy with the ground and everyone off it. The runners are out already. We haven't even got underway and the runners out. Coming along to have a chat to Maker, who's been playing on this clubroom wing. There is the siren to start this, the second quarter. And we're just about to start the stopwatch. Once the ball hits the ground, it will be pretty up against Watkins, who's back on the ground to do the ruck work. And from the centre, it's going to come out to Maker for Reservoir. Throws it on the left boot, works at the half forward. Kane O'Brien gets underneath it. Oh, brave attempt there from Gill. Couldn't hold on to it, though. Player dragged off it. They scream for the kick. Gill got the handball out to Duffels, having a brilliant start. Duffel gets the ball back in the middle of the ground. Drew comes out to meet it. Oh, crude from Watkins. Kick and advantage to Pretty. Pretty goes long, looking for McGregor. Back there, Duggan coming through. Green throws it on the left boot and sends it well out to the wing. Clearing kick, looking for a runner to run onto it. The bouncing ball goes 40 metres to Panton Hill's favour, but eventually the defence centre it up across the half-back line. Grindle takes the mark at centre half-back, goes short against the Maker. Player hurt in the middle for Reservoir.
True.
Maker plays on from half-back, gets a wobbly old kick off the boot out to the centre wing. All Panton Hill out here, just need to steady, get the quick forward. Woods couldn't take the mark. He had it on his shoulder, lost it, come up with it, but the umpire had already blown his whistle, and we'll ball it up just forward of centre wing. Panton Hill kicking to the city end in this second quarter, favoured by a gusting breeze, 2 to 3 goals.
Okay, the ruckman done their job then. Watkins got out there, goes over the top to Sykes. Sykes playing the ball in front of him, trying to keep Edwards off the ball, and Edwards infringed on Sykes, and Sykes will take the kick cross half forward. Right in front of the coach's box there for Panton Hill, and plenty of experience down there. Stickland, Rory and Ramsey as they go long, and up high over the top was Gerard, mopped up there by Grindle. They got a kick out of the treads by Taylor. He went out wide, only found plenty of Panton Hill players as Lincoln drove it back to where it come from. Up high in front, a chance this time. This is through Breeding. Breeding runs out. He runs out to the half-back line, got up to O'Brien in the centre of the ground, attacking side of the centre circle, and O'Brien plays on, looks up there for McGregor, and that's a pinpoint pass, lace out, and McGregor's marked 35 metres out, 45-degree angle.
What a strong mark from McGregor that was, and the pass from O'Brien was brilliant. O'Brien given far too much space across the half-forward line, and this will suit Reservoir because the breeze has just dropped all of a sudden, and that will continue throughout the day. It comes up in spurts of 2 to 3 goals and then dies off. Reservoir kicking into a breeze which has disappeared at the moment. They lead by 8 points. They're kicking to the Plenty Valley end, and McGregor steers that through brilliantly for their 4th goal. Reservoir 4 goals 4, leading Panton Hill 2-2, and that is 2.5 minutes into the second term. You thought they needed to look for him a little bit more in that opening term?
Yeah, certainly. They've given him a bit of room this quarter, and they've got a couple of little runners around him, and no doubt he'll be their key in this quarter. It's back in the centre once again. It was won there that time by Anetta. Pretty it was, but Panton Hill go forward. They get it to the half-forward line, and dropping back across that half-back line, there's Collins. Collins for the Reservoir side. He's got a player in short, which was Spagula, but he decides to play on and go towards the centre of the ground. He's looking out there for Anetta, and Anetta marks. Got some pace in Anetta. Decides to play on and move the ball quickly, but dropping back there, and it looks like Maker will try and grab the mark. He runs through the half of forward position, but he's got support there by Breeding, and Breeding goes long, and the pass was beautiful once again, and McGregor has marked 25-30 metres out. Not much of an angle to talk about.
Well, you've always got to keep the ball low and hard going forward into a breeze, aren't you? And McGregor's aware of that. He's out in front, but they are keeping it particularly low. Both the last 2 passes, McGregor head height or lower. McGregor lines up again. He's just slotted one through a minute ago, slotted another. Reservoir 2 goals into this breeze, and they go to 5 goals 4, leading Panton Hill 2 goals 2, 4 minutes into the second quarter. Watkins and Pretty coming from the same side here, the city side, into the centre circle contest. The ball up. Neither really got that one away. On the far side, Maker looks to have changed sides of the ground here. The kick forward out of the centre, Panton Hill, short one, cut off by Drew. Sends it out wide now. Spaghetti gets underneath it, takes the mark, defensive side, centre wing for Reservoir. Gets it onto his left boot up towards half forward. They go at the ball, good defence, Panton Hill. Fist onto it from Davey. It'll be out of bounds, thrown in between wing and half forward. Reservoir into attack.
Okay. 2-2-14, Panton Hill, 5-4-34, Reservoir as the ball's thrown in. Half forward line, Lincoln coming across the front. There was a netter, got a punch down. Who's it going to favour? It's going to favour. Look, Cherkop's going to run onto the ball. Oh, met heavily that time by Pretty. And there's a free kick. It's going to be to Ashleford, and Ashleford's marked. Lockie Ashleford decides to play on, go long into the forward line, but that's indirect. And getting back across that half-back line there is Drew.
No use throwing the arm up, telling the forwards to come forward. You're the one playing on and kicking a wobbly old ball off the boot. Went nowhere, didn't it?
No.
And Drew takes the ball, kicks it back into the middle of the park, and, well, one ordinary kick deserves another one. And he's given Panton Hill the opportunity to go back into attack here. Looks like Butler, is it? Walker sends it up to the forward pocket region. Gerard there, picked up the bouncing ball. Snap on goal from Gerard. Well, that's twice he's casually walked away from a shot on goal, which have been true. And Panton Hill find one in this second quarter. 3-2, trailing Reservoir 5-4.
That might get the ball rolling for the Panton Hill side. As we're back in the centre, it's going to be Watkins to do the ruck work and Netter. Netter with his spring gets over the top, punts it down. It looked like Collins. Collins got it out there for looked like Breeding that time, but running onto it this time will be Strongman. Strongman goes long with a long handball. Who's going to run onto it this time? It's going to be Williams. He got the handball back there. It wasn't Williams, it was Galletti. But Breeding comes in, he mops up and kicks up the half forward, and Lincoln sitting across that half back line. He takes a mark and will settle things down. Jamie
Lincoln at half back, and there's just no movement forward, is there?
They've got to go the other side.
Lincoln puts it up to half forward line. A good mark taken there in front by Strongman. Now the lead from full forward, puts it out into the pocket. This is a good kick.
Borchers
finds its target. Coming out to meet it is Borchers. There was a good long lead from Borchers, nice and early, and the kick was spot on.
Are they going for the left-hand point post?
They are. He is. Left-hand point post. Let the Breeze push it in to the middle. And Borchers comes in. Ball on the way now. Starts it out to the left. Well, you've described it correctly there, Mark. And that is a good response again from Panton Hill. They move to 4-2, trailing Reservoir 5-4.
As the ruckman do battle, was a netter that got it down. Lincoln, the kick was smothered the first time, so he butted up well, and the second kick was positive. It got a mark to Gerard, and Gerard's marked, and he plays on quickly and slots through another goal for Panton Hill. So they've kicked the last three, and they go on to 5-2. Will take them on to 32 points. They are 2 points behind Reservoir, 5-4-34.
And Netter, again with that spring high over the top, but it comes back to Woods on his left boot. Wobbly one to centre forward. Used the body well. Daniel Lincoln couldn't take the mark, though. Good tackle from Gerard. Oh, he's forced the defender to throw the ball out in Galletti. And Gerard will take the free kick centre forward, 40 metres out, directly in front.
Did you see the throw?
Well, to be fair, he had his back to us.
Well, I thought he was playing the free kick for a push in the back.
And the umpire was on the other side of it.
Gerard's already kicked 3. He's lined up for number 4.
He's kicked the last 2 in this quarter.
Oh. Dropped short. The kick's dropped short from Gerard, and it's marked in the last line of defence by Drew. Decides to play on. He goes across goal. This is dangerous because he's got to go have Taylor. Lincoln tries to put a bit of pressure on him, but Taylor marks. Plays on quickly. Thumping kick up to the wing position. Looking up there for Ryan, who's come back on the ground in this quarter. But reading the ball well there. He got the handball over to Spagula. But Edwards chips in there with a little kick into the forward line. Can Duggan get there? He punches it down. Pretty tries to rove the pack there. Can't get it out. This time there's plenty of pressure on him. Gill, Davey with a little kick out of the pack has found the boundary line, and it's travelled a little bit too far, and Scotty Ryan with his experience runs over there, grabs the kick. Short pass into Kane O'Brien. He's marked and will line up. No one's taken the mark, so he decides to play on and have a shot for goal himself, and it'll be only a minor score. 5 goals, 5-35 to 5-2-32.
Well, it could have been costly, that kick from Gerard. not making the score line, and then Reservoir quickly to the other end. But they've got away with just a point there, Panton Hill, and they're going to play on for full back here.
What's this for a kick?
And a thumping long kick right out towards the wing and picks out Woods. Went straight through his hands. Spaghetti at the back. He's got 4 of them converging upon him. He went backwards to Grindle with a handball. He's under some pressure. Handball forward looking for a netter. Watkins comes across. A netter controlled it brilliantly. Got away from Watkins, Gerard, and now Lincoln. Throws it on the left boot, works a high one to the half-forward line. Big leap there, looked like a Carpenter. At ground level, Breeding, pinpoint passing to McGregor, 25 out directly in front.
Yeah, certainly the passing for them, for the Reservoir side this quarter has been fantastic. Their passes have been spot on for their forwards, and it makes it a lot easier.
Can't get much easier than that. Be in front of your opponent, lead straight up the middle of the ground and let the ball come to you right onto the chest. McGregor, 2 goals for the quarter, and now 3. As Reservoir kick clear again, 6 goals, 5 to Panton Hills, 5 goals, 2. A 9-point lead to Reservoir as we get the ball back here into the middle.
Down she goes in the middle, McGregor, but Watkins won on that occasion. Down to Lincoln with a kick out of the centre. Goes wide, clubroom side. Chance this time for Grindle to get the handball back there. Found Spagula. He's got a player up a little bit longer, and that was through McGrath. And the ball will beat both players. It'll go out of bounds, and we'll see a throw in.
Just forward of centre wing. Reservoir into attack. And Watkins to do the ruck work against Anetta. Ball on the way back into play. Watkins grabs front spot. Anetta giving a little bit of a shove under the ball. Eludes O'Sullivan. Sykes comes through. Back over the boundary line. We'll have the ball thrown in a little bit further along for a Reservoir. Another 15-20 metres around the boundary line. They're now between wing and half forward. The ruck change about to come again with Dummett on for Panton Hill, with Watkins to come off after this ruck contest.
Watkins has to bend down, pick the ball up after the ruck contest. Up high there was Wood, just decided to thump it down, went to the half forward. Chance this time for Cherkop, got pushed off the ball there that time by Moody. It could have been in the back, not paid. Went back, the ball fell in the arms of Lincoln. Got the long handball there towards Wood, but coming through there was Edwards. He thumps it over the line because there wasn't much support there for a Reservoir that occasion, and he will decide to have a throw in half forward line.
Yeah, went to the ground at the wrong time there, Woods. Nice sweeping handball forward. It's the ball thrown back in. Gerard doing the ruck work there. Comes down to McGrath, runs one way, then back into trouble. Got away with that one. Very fortunate McGrath, and a high tackle there against Cherkop. McGrath will take the kick at half back. Wobbly old one up to the half centre wing. Ryan in front of his opponent takes the mark. McAuliffe stands his ground. Ryan gets it off to Edwards. Edwards up to half forward. O'Brien at ground level looking to pick up the crumbs. Just a soccering click clear there for someone to run onto. That's someone's maker. O'Sullivan all on his own at centre half forward.
Handball over the top.
Over the top to McGregor. No, he'll go back and take the kick. And O'Sullivan, 35 out directly in front for Reservoir, will line up for their 7th. And really that breeze is down again, Mark.
Yeah, it's dropped right off, hasn't it?
And Panton Hill not getting too much of the breeze at their back. Reservoir towards the Plenty Valley end. Light gust. O'Sullivan, shot on goal. Starts it out right. The goal umpire stays out to his left and indicates a minor score to Reservoir, 6-6-42. 10-point lead over Panton Hill, 5-2, 32, and that is 15.5 minutes into the second term.
This is Green. Big kick out towards the wing position. He's going to find Lincoln, who plays on quickly, and he goes long. Will the bounce elude, which it does. It eludes Collins, but getting back there that time was Galetti. Punches out towards the band line. Now he's got the support of Collins, but he slips. Lincoln dives on top of him, which was Daniel Lincoln. Appealing to the umpire, it was deliberate out of bounds. But the umpire not having a bar of that, and we'll see a throw-in take place where we are 5-2-32. Panton Hill, 6-6-42 is Reservoir.
And both runners working overtime. Panton Hill back out on the ground. The ball thrown in the half forward line. Borchers, is it, to do the ruck work there against Pretty? Pretty has just socked that out of the air, Pele style. Went nowhere but up and down. Knocked further afield there by Breeding. They got numbers running on the ball here, Reservoir. Panton Hill get across, just blottle it up on that centre wing far side. Over the line it goes. I feel water coming from the sky. A couple of drops. Where's the breeze? Keep it blown away. Yes, you jump in your car there. You'll be quite cosy. Not as bad as last week.
As it's thrown in over the top, there's Chirkop, got it down that time. Chance that McAuliffe got a quick kick there forward, and it'll go out of bounds. No, it wasn't McAuliffe, it was Strongman. And we'll see another throw-in take place. Probably around about 40, 45 metres around from Panton Hill goal. They trail at this moment. 10 points down the Redback Spiders.
You didn't even have Michael Roach on your back.
Oh, no. Too many people.
You're a goal sneak in your time, weren't you? Pretty. Couldn't get it away. Been a pack of players around there. Gerard's soccering tactics. There's been a couple of players trying that routine. Woods didn't really go at it. Dumb it. They dive in over the top at the centre half forward area for Panton Hill. Woods just tried to be a little fancy there and turn out of trouble before he even got the ball into his hands. Dummett dived over the top. He's getting sent down to the goal line. And the ball will be thrown up at half forward. Or Chirkop just stumbled, couldn't get a run at the ball. Spaghetti goes back to Drew. Drew off the side of the boot. It's going to go close to over the boundary line. Falls in the field of play. And it'll be thrown in at the half forward line for Panton Hill. 7.5 minutes have ticked over in the second quarter. And it is a 10-point lead to Reservoir. 42-32.
Throw in. Gerard coming across from the half forward line to do the ruck work. Pretty to do the ruck work there for Reservoir. Coming over the top of his Chirkop. Got it down, but Brooding snaffles that up and he kicks it back towards the centre of the ground. He's looking there for Ryan. Ryan will give the handball over to Spagula, who makes beautiful position from the half-back line. He thumps the ball up there looking for O'Brien. He's got the ball in front of him. Davey right on his hammer. A good contest this one as O'Brien just let the ball out there. Socket forward that time by O'Sullivan. Now it's a chance this time for O'Sullivan to pick it up there. And a snapshot for goal because it got knocked back to him. And it'll go through for another minor score. 6-7, 43 Reservoir, 5-2, 32 Panton Hill.
Good work from McGregor with the quick handball back to O'Sullivan.
Yep.
O'Sullivan's finding a little bit of space across that half forward line. Might be the two number 5s, is it? Duffel and O'Sullivan. Duffel had a good first quarter. O'Sullivan's starting to get some touches in this second quarter. And here's his thumping kick again from full back. Right out towards Dave. He's got 3 to beat, though. Support at ground level. Over the boundary line, the ball at the half forward for Reservoir. So an 11-point lead now to Reservoir as we approach time on of this, the second quarter. And needed to do the ruck work there against Gill. Gill gets a free run at the ball, knocks it actually defensively. It's across that half-back line, a loose ball.
Edwards.
First there, Edwards on the left boot, has a look forward, open goal, hit the post. Brought it back too far, hit the far post.
What a bad left footer.
And it is another behind to Reservoir. 6 goals, 8. Reservoir, Panton Hill, 5 goals, 2. And Green again to bring this ball back in. Why doesn't he thump it all the way down the middle of the ground?
Like that.
As he does now. Look at that. That is almost at the centre circle. Bit of a push from Drew. Takes the mark. But it's 2.5 kicks back. And Drew now in the middle of the ground. Goes forward. They set himself out centre half forward there. Come down to Maker. Maker got it off to Breeding. Breeding a kick around the corner. O'Sullivan's in space. Needs a kind bounce. He hasn't got one. He's still got the run of the ball though. Duffel let it go by.
Out of bounds.
And umpire Morrison says, no, you're over the line with the football. Disco Roach, no, he likes Emmett Dunn.
Emmett Dunn, mate.
And the ball will be thrown in about 10 metres around from the Reservoir goal. 15 maybe. And the scoreboard there, Panton Hill 5-2-32, Reservoir 6-8-44. Tracy Morrison to put the ball back into play. 20.5 minutes into the second term.
Throw will take place. McAuliffe, Chirkop, 2 Panton Hill boys went up. Strongman wins it out. Got a kick there back to the half-back line. Who's going on it? A netter. But Reading over the top there that time because of his height was pretty. He thumps it into the out towards the half forward line. It goes sort of directly across the ground. And in the race for it was McGregor. And it'll go out of bounds and we'll see a throw-in.
How many sugars would you have in your coffee, mate?
Sugars, why? 2.
There's a ball at the half-forward line. Kent, any for you? And at the half-forward line, the ball comes back into play. Chance there for McGrath. Picks up the loose ball at the 50-metre line. Blazes away. Out of bounds on the full on this occasion. Free kick in the back pocket to be taken by Green for Panton Hill. There are 12 points down, 2 goals down, 21.5. So again, with the breeze at their back and just starting to pick up a little bit. Chance of a little bit of rain too later on. So Panton Hill will be looking for a couple of late goals here coming up to half time.
A Coke person. Green. Big kick, which he does. Goes down in the weak position. Up high was Gerard, but standing his ground there was Davey. But the free kick's going to go against Gerard, and it's going to go back to Pretty as he went up a little bit early before acceptances, and it'll be a kick. He's looking to dish off the handball. Now Pretty. Umpire just telling him to get back around on it behind his mark. As Pretty will kick long into the forward line this time, which he does. He's looking for McGregor. He'll come from behind. 1-2. Couldn't get the third ball. It was punched away there by Sykes. Duggan picks it up there. Got the kick out there. Only lands in O'Brien's hands. O'Brien short. Looking there for Breeding. Got around one. Now he fed the ball out McGregor. Back to O'Brien. O'Brien. Oh, nearly had his head ripped off. Not paid by the umpire. So they're working pretty hard for the free kicks as Sykes grabs it. He can't control it. The ball's on the ground. It's in dispute. And we'll see. Oh... We'll see a throw-up. Footy was hot then, as we see a throw-up. 5-2-32, Panton Hill, 6-8-44, Reservoir.
And the answer is White as the ball comes down to Carpenter. O'Brien, step on goal! And he's threaded it through, O'Brien. Well, he missed the free kick, but he's found the goal, and they go to 7 goals, 8-50 Reservoir. 3-goal lead now over Panton Hill, 5 goals, 2-32. Back in the centre, the ball down. A chance here for Chirkop, and that's Richard Collins to go for that one. Duffel works it out of the middle of the ground towards Gerard. Gerard has to work hard to get across to it at the half-forward line. Now he shows a little turn of pace. Sends it to the top of the square. Damn it! The 2 defenders there. Taylor, one of those, along with Grindle. Kick. Ball comes to ground. Butler has not been in the play yet. I would think he has not even had a kick at this stage, Mark.
Hasn't had a kick yet, mate.
The full forward for Panton Hill. The ball out of bounds, 5 metres around from the Panton Hill goal. They trail by 18 points as we approach half-time.
Throw it 5 metres around from Panton Hill goal. It'll be, doing the ruck work will be a good knockout there by Taylor. Found his teammate in Maker. Has a bounce as he runs through the half-back line. Now through this towards the centre of the ground. Looking up forward there for O'Brien. Spills out now through the punch. Duffel's got it. He's got support there. Now he decides to load up with a drop punt out the half-forward line, and he's found Lincoln. Oh, no, he didn't. He dropped the chest mark, but he's good enough to get the handball out there to Chirkop, and it was a little bit wide. So it was 4 against 1, which was Breeding, and he wins out on this occasion, and he delivers it up forward. Looking up there for McGregor. He plays on. Lines of big sticks up, and I think he's just clipped the post on the way through, and will only go through for a minor score.
He has shaved that post.
Oh, how lucky were Panton Hill then. And 4 against 1 and they get beat.
And a quick transition again from Reservoir as they skip on to a 19-point lead coming up to half-time. There's that thumping big kick. Well, we haven't seen enough of those this quarter. Lincoln, a nice little shove, taking the mark. They went wide 2 or 3 times with kick-ins. And there's, it should have been almost 25 against the netter. Lincoln, Skites goes forward, off hands, comes down at the front, and again, Edwards taken high. No, play on's the call, out to Collins. Collins out wide to Williams. Williams gets rid of the ball, late knock on Williams. The kick goes forward. Davey has to work hard to get after it for Panton Hill. Closing down the gaps, O'Sullivan. Davey goes back to Lincoln with the handball. Lincoln forward, got a free player further up the ground in Anderson. Anderson, handball over the top to Davey. Had to stop and wait for it. Wants to give it back to Anderson. No. Gets around his opponent. Goes with a little left foot kick forward. And now Butler has a clean possession, but he's 65 metres from goal.
Probably has a little bit of breeze that's behind him will come from that direction.
It's going to be a big kick to get to the scoring line. Butler on the left boot, puts it up high to the top of the square. Gerard got his hands on, couldn't hold onto it. At the ground level, it's going to be Williams for Reservoir. 2 bounces, 3 bounces off the half back line. Broke the tackle, got boot the ball, sends it back into the middle of the ground, comes up short, and the mark taken by Anderson of Panton Hill.
Anderson in the centre of the ground. He'll go along with a drop punt, but it's going to drop short, and chipping in that hole there, it looks like Breeding.
He's had a great game, Breeding.
And Breeding's starting to knock up the possessions as he goes wide. He's got to play. Oh, that's smothered. and the chance this time will be for Sykes. Sykes tackled as he kicks the ball, so it's only going to dribble in the arms of Dummett. He couldn't control it. Working back there, that time was Williams. He got the handball out there to Drew. Drew kicks out to the wing position, but the only man waiting out there is Lincoln. He will stand, play on. He delivers it back to where it comes from. Up there was Borchers, got his hands with Anetta, rows it beautifully. He goes back towards the half-back line. It's only going to find Wood. Can he control it? He's got to swing on his left foot, which will be nice, and he thumps it down long. Where's the high flyers for Panton Hill? Ball spills out, chance for Williams. He couldn't control it. Collins is there. Got a short kick out of defence, and that's going to go out towards Spagula, but it'll go out of bounds, and we'll see a throw-in take place.
Well, they keep bobbing it into the goal square, Panton Hill, and Reservoir keep running it out. The ball at the half-forward line. It is a Reservoir lead by 19 points, 51-32, almost at half-time. Ball on the way back in. Churcop got a free run at the ball, but it fell into Anetta's arms of Reservoir. He got it worked forward to Scotty Ryan. Ryan wants to give the handball inboard. He does. Now they go down to the half forward, dropping back. Pretty got the good favourable bounce. Can't control the ball though. Pretty goes back after it. Feeds a handball inboard. A hot one there's for Gadiri. He got it over to Kane O'Brien. Kane O'Brien steps around Duggan. Handball inboard to Carpenter. Swings around quickly onto the left boot to the top of the square. One-on-one contest. Moody now he's 1-on-2. He's got to take on both Duffel and Green. Panton Hill defence come up with the football and a long clearing kick from Green back out towards the wing on the clubroom side.
Only finds Ryan, who fed the handball inboard to Anetta, who ran from the half-back line. The handball came off. Up there, the high flyers needed. Running into it was Breeding. Trying to get the kick out there was Carpenter, which is a little kick out of the pack. And it runs towards goal, but mopping up there is Green. Green will handball over to Sykes. There's the Panton Hill defence. They're working together as they got it to Davey. Davey balks, but he was still in a bit of trouble, and he was kicking blindly and only went in the hands of Scotty Ryan.
Scotty Ryan, that is. Into Richard Collins. It's in half forward. Oh, got past two of them. Lined up.
This will bring him down.
He ran too far.
Oh.
No, he ran too far. He got a solid knock when he got the kick away. What was the score, by the way? Did he get a score?
Was a goal.
He finished up a goal, but the free kick had already been given against Reservoir and will come back out to the top of the arc. And to take the kick here will be Churkop, is it? For Panton Hill at centre half back. They trail by 19 points, Panton Hill. 29 minutes into the second quarter. We're coming up towards time on. Davey on centre wing, couldn't hold on to the mark. O'Brien roves it at ground level. He's done plenty of that today. Gets it inside the attacking area. McGregor, brilliant leader, Breeding. Breeding, no mistake. Dribbles it through. Goal number 8 to Reservoir. 8-9, 57. Panton Hill 5-2, 32. And we're back here, and it sounds like Kent's got something on that weekend. The ball goes down in the middle of the ground. Anetta got a hand onto it. All coming through solid there was O'Sullivan. Off the ground, Jamie Lincoln fed a handball, but it went straight to Spaghetti for Reservoir. Kick, well, it was paid, then change of mind. The mark that was, it was only about a 10-metre kick, if that, and a kick from the defensive end finds a Butler just short of half forward for Panton Hill. Butler just come out now to the half-forward line to get into the play. Wobbly old torpedo, long one, 15 metre out from the Panton Hill goal. Coming through, Edwards, solid at the ball. Applied a good tackle, the footy come loose. Done it, got a handball across there to Strongman around the corner. High, wide and mighty. A minus score to Panton Hill. 5 goals, 3, 33 Panton Hill. 8-9, 57 is Reservoir. And surely at 30.5 minutes into the second quarter, the siren is close.
As Drew kicks out from fullback, he's found Collins, who's found some space. Took the mark, plays on, sends it up to the wing position, looking for Maker. Ball, he's infringed Maker against Lockie Asselford, and he'll take the kick. Centre wing out of side of the ground at Sydney Reserve. As he will look onto his left foot, go long. He's looking up there for Pretty. Coming out there was Wood. Got the hands of the ball, got the punch. Duffel comes in there. Spit the ball out there towards the boundary line. Who's going to be there? It's going to be Carpenter. As we see the siren here for half-time. And what a game we've got. We have Panton Hill 5 goals, 3 will be 33 points to Reservoir 8-9, 57.
Siren sound, second half about to start at the Laylaw football ground. A 24-point lead to Reservoir. They are kicking to the city end with a 2 to 3 gusting breeze at their back. The ball socket forward by Jamie Lincoln to half-forward line for Panton Hill. Richie Collins applying plenty of pressure on his opponent there, Strongman, but Strongman come up with a football, gave it off to Daniel Lincoln, couldn't get a clean kick away, and now Reservoir off that half back line, wobbly kick up towards centre wing. McGrath in front takes the mark. Lincoln's had the knee bandaged at half time. It did look like he was hobbling just before the break. He would be a big loss to him, Jamie Lincoln, for Panton Hill. That's at half forward. Kane O'Brien picks it up, puts it out in the corridor. McGregor comes forward. Good kick from O'Brien. McGregor straight up the middle of the ground, 25 metres out, directly in front with the football in his hands.
Yeah, great pass there by O'Brien on his left foot too. And you wouldn't mind accepting them passes into the forward line, wouldn't you, Toppy?
I was always giving them. McGregor directly in front. The goal umpire does not move. Raises two hands, and it's Reservoir 9-9-63 with the opening goal of the third term. Panton Hill 5-3-33.
Over Reservoir, they've just increased their lead from half time as Lincoln will come through the pack there. It's picked up there by Gula, got over to Giuletti. He got it out wide. Here's a chance from McGrath. Can he pick it up? Which he does. He's on his own. He's got Spagula to give him support. He goes long, but he goes wide. And look at Tapper out there. He nearly marked that too. Yeah, Alan Matthews.
No, he didn't move, did he?
He did. No, he put his hands up.
Did he?
Thought he was in the forward pocket.
Half back line, Panton Hill take the ball into the breeze over centre wing. Spadiri got it in front of the pack off his hands and over the boundary line to be thrown in just forward of centre wing, heading towards the Plenty Valley end. And Panton Hill kicking into that breeze, which has just gusted up again. And certainly they've basically been ripped off with the breeze, Panton Hill, haven't they? They had no breeze to work with in the second quarter. It died off, and now it's picked up again with Reservoir in the third quarter, kicking to the city end with the breeze at their back, and there's a quick kick up towards centre half forward. O'Brien worked his way to the front, couldn't get the ball though. Maker traps it, looks for his left foot, breaks one tackle, loses the ball, and there's a player that is good with the football but does not like to use it onto the right boot at all.
That certainly stood out then as Ashford will take the kick half back line. He goes out wide, he's got Gill who's drifted up the ground, and Gill mark. No, it's Duffel. Duffel plays on quickly. He's got Oakley who's found some space on the wing. Now can he run through? Yes, he does. He got the handball through. He's found Wood, but that dribbles straight through his leg. So he's got two players, two defenders from Reservoir right on his hammer, and it'll be all locked up across half forward. And we'll see as I get this little bit of drop out of out of my eyeball.
Oh, you're not crying, are you, mate?
It started raining, actually.
Taylor in the ruck brought it down for Reservoir. Comes out the back of the pack. Collins there. Reservoir on the left boot. Swings it high, wide and mighty. And there we are. He's moved up the ground a bit, has he, Matthews there?
He's on the wing, is he?
Up to the wing now. Put the arms out, but the ball went wide. The kick forward from Jamie Lincoln. The umpire wants him to go back and kick over the mark. Jamie Lincoln is dead smack centre wing, far side of the ground here at Laylaw. And it is Reservoir 63, 30-point lead over Panton Hill. 4 minutes into this, the third term. Panton Hill working into the breeze. They've still got control of the ball on that far side. Who's that, Mark? Watches, is it?
Yep.
Takes the mark. Boot the ball, high one, into the forward 50. Gerard comes in towards the contest, held out of it in the end. Loose ball there, hands and knees stuff. Strongman can't get a clean possession out. Umpire will come and ball it up 35, 40 metres from the Panton Hill goal. That rain just a little heavier, mate, and I think you may have dropped your mobile communications.
Yeah, well.
Ball in the air, Taylor over the top, got a big fist on that, worked it outside the 50. Good support from McGrath, blazes away, long kick from centre half back all the way to centre half forward, loose ball. O'Brien's going to run onto it first for Reservoir. Can he control it? He does. Tackled, good tackle, loses the ball. Handball comes forward to Duffel for Panton Hill. He's got space to move in. Two quick bounces on the half back line. Has a look forward, keeps it low and hard. Hit a man on the chest, Watkins couldn't hold onto it. McGrath had it, lost it. Coming back through, Strongman or Skykes, dribble it forward. Out to the half forward line. Woods couldn't control the ball. Dives in over the top of his opponent. Collins soccers it back into the centre square for Reservoir. Gerard picks it up. Panton Hill back into attack. Good kick. Lincoln. Good work from Williams. Gets across. Knocks it clear of Lincoln over the boundary line. Be thrown in at the half forward line. Panton Hill into attack.
Yeah, so they're just breaking down across half forward at the moment. Panton Hill just can't seem to penetrate it. Reservoir doing well in defence. As we see a throw-in take place. In she comes. It'll be Gerard and Taylor will come over the top. one out there this time, a chance this time, and quick kick out of the pack there by Reservoir. They go down to the centre of the ground and leading in the race to the ball there that time. And
Mickey
it
Noble.
looks like Noble. Noble's got a kick. He goes long out to McGregor. McGregor got the pace in front. Green's right on his hammer. That's a fantastic contest. And dropping the ball, the umpire says, because Green was bearing down on McGregor that time. McGregor in a bit of trouble, hasn't got up yet. So Green decides to play on. He goes up with a spearing pass up to the wing position, and Lincoln diving forward has taken a mark.
There's Matthews there. Sprinting across the ground now.
Oh, yeah, sprinting across the ground. That's right.
The kick forward. Skites takes the mark at half forward, hits the ground running, goes forward to Gerard, gives Drew a little bit of a nudge. He's got support at the back here. Daniel Lincoln, it's off his hands and knees, handball forward for Panton Hill, but Reservoir got numbers back there. Gilletti might have taken a high one over the shoulder. Gilletti, he gets the ball out, and Williams has it at half back. Little one over the top there, free player. Spageria has plenty of room to move in. Takes a quick bounce, runs up towards centre wing, on the left boot, in towards half forward. Taylor the target, didn't quite get to him. The Panton Hill defence rebound the ball, but it's all Reservoir, and they take the mark. Hit the ground running is McGrath. Back in towards centre half forward. O'Brien stands underneath it, and a well-judged mark to Kane O'Brien at centre half forward for Reservoir. We'll go back and line up. No, he centres the ball off to Taylor. He's directly in front, unloads. O'Brien should have taken a kick himself. Taylor has missed. 9-10, 64 Reservoir, 5-3, 33 Panton Hill.
Certainly working well off that half back line, Reservoir. They run the ball, and they're not scared to push it out wide to players like O'Brien. And then O'Brien's smart enough to centre the ball up, which he's done on a couple of occasions this quarter.
Did you bring some wet weather gear, mate?
No. As it's kicked out there that time by Green, but only found a player, and he got it over the top there from O'Brien. And O'Brien, I'll tell you what, this will bring the house down if he kicks this one. It's touched right on the line, and the player that got it over to him there was McGrath, and good play there, O'Brien. He nearly landed through the big sticks.
Well, I thought McGregor might have shepherded that one through, actually, but he tried to take the mark off hands. Borchers got into this contest at half-back. Lincoln wraps up pretty, and Lincoln, he's attacking a ball that's not actually there. Comes back out to Williams. Williams gets a high kick into the top of the square. They send themselves. McGregor has the ball knocked away, comes down towards Breeding. Breeding in the pocket, toe poke around the corner. Bounces through for a minor score. 9-12 is a Reservoir. 5-3 Panton Hill, 8 minutes into the third term. Let's not forget our Auto Direct best player of the day, and who's leading up to half time, Cooter?
Oh, there's a couple of players there. You'd have to look at O'Brien and Breeding.
Breeding, I think, has been very good.
Yep. There are a couple of them anyway. As we have Green, he kicks to the clubroom side of the ground. He's looking for Borchers up high is Gerard. Couldn't control the mark, which he's had trouble with most of the day, but it got fed out to Sykes, and Sykes looks for the boundary line, but he gained at least 15 metres, and he's pushed it round to the near on centre wing.
Yeah, just short of centre wing, and the breeze drops off. Panton Hill need to push the ball forward, need to close this 33-point deficit. Their score is doubled at the moment. The ball comes down to Drew, kicks it around the corner, but straight into Jamie Lincoln. Good smother. And Lincoln sees it over the boundary line. It's back in the hands of Tracy Morrison, and we'll restart again. Just a couple of steps closer to Gary Ramsey and his coaching staff there, and looks like he's getting some pretty senior advice there, Gary Ramsey, Cooter.
Yeah, with these young blokes down there.
Ball back into play. Well, it comes up a little short. Watkins and who was that come at the ball? Drew, off hands and knees, close to over the boundary line. We'll have another throw in. And just a few passages, scrappy play around the half-forward line here for Reservoir. 66-33, the two Blues kicking to the city end here at the Laylaw football ground.
Watkins finds a front position. Over the top will come Taylor, but Watkins got it down. Chance for Sykes. Can he pick it up there? Heavily met there by Collins, but Sykes has got another chance. Airy shot, didn't get it. Doing some heavy work under the ground there was Breeding, and the umpire will elect the ball up here.
Doesn't mind getting to the bottom of the pack, does he, Breeding?
Yeah, a bit like his old man.
Edwards has been a good player as well. Watkins gave Taylor a little shove. The umpire said you were looking for a free kick. The handball went to Collins, but Collins fell to ground. Watkins hasn't had a lot of influence on the game. Got the ball knocked further field there to Duffel. O'Sullivan for Reservoir goes backwards to Taylor. Taylor has a look forward, puts it out in front of McGregor, but it come up short. And in the road for Panton Hill was Duggan.
Duggan in defence. Just weighing up his options. Just having trouble getting past that centre line now, Panton Hill. So he goes short to Duffel. He's still in the 45-metre radius. He's now the long sweeping handball out to Duggan. Don't know where they're going here. They go out short to Gill. Ball bounces. Gill couldn't control it. Now he does. Got a bit of turn of pace as he puts on 10 metres. Goes long with a long kick up there. He's looking up there for Lincoln. Can it fall over the back? A chance this time for Anetta, but he overran it. All running, trying to beat the pack there was Butler. Trying to give it over to Borches. Now he's socket off the ground there. It looked like by Deletti, and it'll go out of bounds, and we'll see a throw in. About 35 metres around from the Panton Hill goal. They trail at this stage. 5-3, 33 to 9, 12, 8, 66.
Just over 11 minutes into the third term. And the ball about to come back into play. The rucks, Taylor set himself against Borches. Borches stayed at ground level. Gerard takes the loose ball, quick kick forward, coming out to meet it Grindle. The ball eludes him. Davey, close to the boundary line, kept it in the field of play, and Netta knocked it up to Butler. Butler couldn't get a clean possession away. Daniel Lincoln, well, they come upon him. Daniel Lincoln loses the ball, and it's kicked back out into the middle of the ground. Reservoir will get across there first, coming through Noble. Good work from Duffel, got there first, couldn't control it. O'Sullivan picked it up for Reservoir, sends it up to the 50-metre line. Maker picks up the loose ball, has a look at the goals.
Better them once.
And puts it through for their 10th. 10 goals, 12, 72 Reservoir. 5 goals, 3, 33 Panton Hill. As they are using the breeze here, and they're up to 72 to Panton Hill's 33. Umpire Walker puts the ball down in the middle, and Taylor over the top of Watkins works it forward for Reservoir. Sullivan, he's also had a good game. Comes through, gets the ball around the corner, works it up to the half-forward line. Out of bounds at the half-forward. They'll be happy with that, Reservoir. Give them a chance to catch their breath, because they are full of run in this third quarter. And I think that's been the big difference, Mark. Just their run through the midfield and around the ground. They're leaving Panton Hill in their wake at the moment.
Yeah, certainly. I think you're right on the money there, Tony. As we see the ball being thrown in. Who's going to do the ruck work? It's going to be doing the ruck work. There's Noble. Coming over the top there was McAuliffe. Got it down to Oakley. He's tackled, getting tackled, and the ball's not going anywhere, so we'll have a ball up. Been pretty ferocious in their tackling today, I reckon, Reservoir.
Both sides early, but Reservoir have maintained it, haven't they?
Push.
Now that's against Pretty, is it? I think Pretty followed the wrong ruckman in. They went up with it. 2 ruckmen there, Panton Hill. Handball sideways from Gill. Oh, the kick's a poor one. Strongman's kicks just landed in the arms of Noble. Noble's 50 metres out directly in front. And with a little bit of breeze at his back, he's going to go back and unload at the goal square.
Be a decent kick.
Mickey Noble, have we got the torpedo or have we got the drop punt? It's the drop punt.
No, Mickey, no, mate, could be a drop kick.
50 out. Now the man on the mark's crept back a couple of metres, and he's not going to come forward.
With a kick.
Noble's got the length, has it got the accuracy. He likes it. 2 hands are raised from both Noble and the goal umpire. It's 11 goals, 12 Reservoir to Panton Hill's 5 goals, 3. The game is slipping away from Panton Hill. Back to the centre, Adam Walker, the umpire in charge, puts the ball down. Watkins and Pretty. It's a good bounce coming in. Also Skites. It's a loose ball. First there, Duffel picks it up, throws it on his left boot, puts it forward, but the mark taken by Williams on his own across half-back for Reservoir. Going to go across the ground to where Collins is. He'll have plenty of space in front of him. Goes for a little bit of a jog forward. In towards centre half forward. Noble comes out to meet the ball. Knocked away by the defence at ground level. It's going to be a quick kick out towards centre wing, looking for Jamie Lincoln of Panton Hill. Puts a handball over the top to Woods. A little bit too long for Woods. He's under some pressure now. Goes back towards Borches to Lincoln. Blind kick around the corner. Strongman there. Cruel bounce. Had to stop and wait for it. Allowed the Reservoir defence to get there. And then the handball. Just an untidy one. Went straight to an opponent. McGrath. McGrath back in the middle of the ground. Maker, strong hands. Not paid the mark. Knocked to Drew's advantage. Drew comes through for Reservoir. Kicks it inside the attacking arc. Coming out to meet up McGregor. In front though. Green picks it up and clears the pressure for Panton Hill.
He goes out long, looking out there for Lincoln, but McGrath's in there to lend him assistance, but the ball will travel over their heads. Went to Borches, who went forward. He was looking for Davey. Ball spills out the back. Chance here for Lincoln. Lincoln just dribbles one towards goal with a little toe poke kick, but it goes across the face of goal. And as the goal umpire taps himself on the chest, it's only a minor score. 5-4, 34 Panton Hill to 11-12, 78. Reservoir.
16 and a half minutes into the third term, and Ramsey persisting with the Watkins off and Dummett on routine. Dummett ready to come on just before time on. That's a nice long kick from Drew, straight at the middle of the ground. Anetta had it, couldn't hold on to it. Got good support at the back. Grindle, quick handball to Breeding, still full of run. Breeding puts it out in front of McGregor. McGregor behind on this occasion, and Green in front has taken the mark. Gerard gives a lead out wide, goes in that general direction. The kick's going to come up short though, and bounces away from Gerard and Maker over the boundary line, just forward of centre wing for Reservoir. We'll have the ball thrown back in. Tracy Morrison with the ball, and she steps to the line, puts it back over her head. The rucks to go at the ball. Watkins got it down, couldn't hold on to it. Edwards comes up with it for Reservoir to O'Sullivan, or Edwards tackled afterwards. Now the kick, well, the advantage here, I think McGregor had the drop on Green and would have come up with the mark, but the umpire had already called it back. And Edwards is another one of those smalls that's had a terrific game, Mark.
Yeah, certainly been in and under, and he's having a great duel with Lincoln. They're both at each other, been at each other right from the word go. Edwards half forward, unloads, drop punt, high flies third, Noble in front, but coming across the front there, a handball out of the fence there was from Duggan, but it'll go out of bounds and we'll see a throw in. 5-3-33 Panton Hill, 11-12-78 Reservoir.
The weather expert tells me here, as long as there's a bit of breeze, the rain will stay away, Mark. It looks a bit of a high cloud, still in that way. Yeah, still that way, got the nod. The ball thrown in at the half-forward line. Taylor over the top. At the front, Strongman couldn't hold on to it. Edwards stole it away from him. Handball inboard. Fell apart now for Reservoir. Dragged off it was Gill. A loose ball. Duggan couldn't control it himself. Lincoln also in there. They're under siege, the Panton Hill defence, as those red and black jumpers, 4-5 of them, see it over the boundary line. Watkins goes to the line. Dummett comes on. The ruck change has been made for Panton Hill. It is Reservoir 11-12, leading Panton Hill 5-3, 18.5 minutes into the third term.
Watkins on the ground.
Just left.
Just left. As the ball's thrown in, it was flicked out there by Taylor. Over to O'Brien with a flying shot for goal through the pack, and only a minor score results. 11-13-79. A Reservoir 5-3-33 Panton Hill.
It is
5-4-34, is it?
1 point this quarter. They have kicked that. Scoreboard a little bit behind again. Out to the back flank on that far side, but it's all Reservoir out there. Here comes the kick inside the attacking 50 again. In front, Duffel got in front of McGregor on this occasion. Took the mark and kept running. Takes a bounce at half-back. Out wide for Woods, a little too long. Woods has got support from Lincoln. Lincoln gave Woods the handball, and now on his left boot works it in towards centre half forward. They're looking for a mark here, Panton Hill. Off hands, Collins does the roving for Reservoir. On his left boot, sends it back towards the wing. Coming through to meet that, Breeding. Lost the run of the ball. Now Panton Hill, little give off to Lincoln. Lincoln spots up a player in the middle of the ground. The kick, though, off his left boot. Didn't find the target, and he was solidly bent there as Drew put the hip and shoulder on Walker. Walker's still on the ground. Reservoir get the kick up the half forward. Must have been touched off the boot. Call a play on there. Around the corner to the goal square. McGregor one-on-one. Now Panton Hill, numbers back in support. Duffel to Gill. Green, long kick out, and they find, who's that? Woods on the far side?
Yep.
Centre wing.
Woods goes short. He's got a player, which is Dummett, across half forward on the outer side of the ground. Gerard running into the half forward space, now in a full forward. Put his arm up. Where's he going to go? He's got a player out wide who's drifted in there. Looks like Sykes, and Sykes' mark. 25, no, I would say to be 30 metres out, but he's very on a cute angle. He's only probably 10-15 metres into the boundary. Scoreboard side. So, if ever Panton Hill need a goal, they need it right with this kick to keep him in the contest.
Well, even that might still be a bit of wishful thinking, Mark. They're a long way down. 20 minutes ticked over in the final term, and he's pushed that across the goal line, off hands and through for a minor score. 5-5-35 Panton Hill. 11-13-79 is Reservoir. Anytime you like, Pete, get over to David Kuchmar, see how Laylaw and McLeod are going. As Drew brings the ball into Collins. Collins goes out wide again. And just controlling the ball here now, Reservoir. Spaghetti gets away from Woods on his left boot, throws it up towards centre wing, close to over the boundary line, and it'll be a throw in just forward of centre wing. At just forward of centre wing, 79 plays 35. Reservoir well in control of the match here. Dummett and Taylor. Taylor works his way to the front. Good ruck work. Found the player at the front there. Was it Breeden or Edwards? Worked it into the middle of the ground to Maker. Maker on the left boot. Long. McGregor has got away from his opponent. And McGregor takes the mark just in front of the behinds here at the Laylaw football ground, City End. The kick, the good work was done by Edwards back at the ruck contest. McGregor pushed out towards the boundary line. Metre in from the boundary line at the City End. Throw it out to the left-hand post. Let the breeze push it in.
Left footed, though, isn't he?
He's got that Dennis Lilly bowling run up on the left boot. And the kick from McGregor steered through for, what, his 6th or 7th goal? Sixth goal. Reservoir. Okay, we won't get excited. It was a point, Mark. Why don't you pick that up?
What a seen how many goals he's kicked.
Well, he's kicked 5.
I also got my record of seeing him.
He's kicked 5. He hasn't added to it. Well, it's a behind. Let's give him 11-14 to 5-5. Reservoir. The kick in comes out towards Gerard in front of Gary Ramsey and his coaching staff. Off hands over the boundary line. It will be thrown in. So I can't see Panton Hill getting up from here, Mark. They are going to come home with a breeze at their back, but certainly teams have not really been able to take advantage of that. In fact, Diamond Creek won the B-grade match kicking into the breeze in the last term. So it's going to be a tough last quarter for Panton Hill. Been a great season for them, snuck into the final 6. Surprised everyone with their win over Greensborough and have made their way to the first semi-final. First time Panton Hill have been in the final series in Diamond Valley football. Had a win in a cutthroat final. Looked like going out in the first semi-final here. Reservoir to go on to play the loser of the Laylaw-McLeod match. And that looks like being McLeod at this stage.
Up she goes. Taylor got it down. Kicked away there by Gill. Smothered there. Breeding's got the kick. Good punch away there by Green. Good defensive work there by Panton Hill. Away from McGregor, it'll go out of bounds and we'll see a throw-in. And after the contest, it looks like Dummett's still down. So it looks like Gill will have to do the ruck contest, and coming straight off the ground is Dummett, as it'll be Gill versus Ryan. Gill got it out, got it down in the front of the pack. Running onto the ball that time would have been Howard, and it'll go out of bounds and we'll see a throw-in take place. Once again, 5-4-34 Panton Hill, 11-14, 80 Reservoir, and they are very in control of this game.
15 metres around from the Reservoir goal, and a little bit of volleyball here. Loose one. Scotty Ryan back on the ground. Picked it up, couldn't get a clean handball away. Maker left it behind. Coming over the top of it, Davey. Maker got a handball up. Ryan, he kicked into an opponent, and now the loose ball get by Edwards. Edwards sweeping handball across half forward looking for Noble. Noble keeps his head over the ball. Panton Hill strip him of the football, but they can't get a clean possession away. And the ball will be thrown up at centre half forward. Reservoir into attack, kicking to the City End. They're 11-14-80. Panton Hill are 5-5-35. 25 minutes into this, the third term. Coming up with the football, couldn't get boot the ball there. Fresh player on the ground is at Howard for Reservoir. Back in the middle of the ground. Gerard has it, goes towards centre half forward. There's only 4 players in the front half for Panton Hill. Knocked away by the defence. Spaghetti goes back to a net. It was a poor handball. The second one wasn't much better. Spaghetti had to go back and get them both. Now on his left boot, throws it wide. O'Brien comes forward over the top of Gerard and knocks it over the boundary line. We'll have a throw in between wing and half forward. Panton Hill kicking towards the Plenty Valley end.
Okay, we're going to throw in half forward line. Watkins do the ruck work against Taylor. Taylor's rucked tirelessly this quarter. He's given a bit of a good spell for the last term, and the ball's not going anywhere. We'll see a ball up as they throw the ball up once again. Uncontested that time. We got it down to Sykes. Was from Watkins. Sykes, big kick up the forward line. Trapping it there was Davies. Got pushed off the ball too easy by Collins. Collins working hard, and I reckon that's around the neck. And
reckon?
As Lincoln's very undisciplined that time, and a crude tackle will result in the free kick by Collins.
He's quicker than Muhammad Ali, Jamie Lincoln.
Yes, he's a bit frustrated at the moment, I reckon, Jamie Lincoln.
Collins off the half-back line. Gets a long kick up towards centre wing. Big pack of players. The leap from behind.
Taylor.
And the mark taken by Taylor. He was 4 deep coming into the contest. Comes up with a footy now. Moves a long, quick kick up towards centre half forward. Edwards, Maker. They out-bustle each other for the football, the two Reservoir forwards. Comes across the Breeding on the left boot to the goal line, open goal line. Green gets back there, follows it through as it bounces through for a minor score. 11-15, 81. Reservoir 5-5, 35 is Panton Hill. Green to bring the ball back in. That breeze has dropped off again.
As Green weighs up his options, comes to the clubroom side of the ground, looks out there for Borchers, hasn't done too much, falls in the arms of Lincoln, who was waiting over the back of the pack. He goes towards the centre of the ground. Collins trapped it, couldn't control it, now he does, picks it up, handballs out wide. Chance this time for Galletti. He got it up to Howard. Howard got around his opponent with the Shepherd from Williams. They go forward. Working back into the pack there was Green. But right over the back of the pack there was Breeding. And as quick as you like, the pace of Breeding has outclassed the defence of Panton Hill. And he's slotted through a number 12 for the Reservoir side. 12 goals, 14. Take them on to 86 points as they go and tap each other on the back, the Reservoir boys, because they are in command, because Panton Hill's 5-4-34. 35.
Yeah, that's right. In the middle, Mickey O'Keefe puts the ball down, and not his best bounce for the day. Comes out to Lincoln. Lincoln out to the back door, goes out backwards to centre half back with the handball. Now Chance trying to squeeze that one out, Breeding. Mickey Noble picks it up, gets a quick kick forward. Maker runs onto it, but quickly wrapped up by Churkop. He would have been away, Maker, onto his left boot, but Churkop slows him up and he'll come back and line the goals up. 45-degree angle, if that, and around 45 metres from goal. Maker. Little correction to the scoreboard. It's Panton Hill 5-5, 35, trailing Reservoir 12-15, 87. As we're late into this third term, 28.5 minutes ticked over. Maker with a shot on goal. Left footer, so he's on this side, suits him, the clubroom side. And Maker already with 1 goal in this third term, 1 for the match, looking to make it 2. Ball on the way, it is 2. It is goal number 13 to Reservoir, and they are 13-15 now, leading Panton Hill 5 goals, 5. They've added 6 goals in the term, with umpire Walker back in the middle. Taylor doing the ruck work now for Reservoir against Watkins after Dummett left the ground. Coming through, Skites knocks it down to Gerard, may have been held onto. Strongman comes through strongly. Doesn't know where to go, gives up 20 metres, takes a bounce going backwards. Now swings around the ground, puts it up towards the half-forward line. O'Brien in there, picked up for Panton Hill by Anderson, couldn't get a clean kick away, and now McGrath takes the loose ball. He's been good since he's come on the ground for Reservoir in that second quarter. Long kick, McGregor, one-on-one with Green, off hands, bouncing back towards the goal line where it goes over for a minor score to Reservoir. Well, what are they on there? 13-16?
13-16,
yep. To 5-5. Where's that grounds manager? You reckon he can do something about that scoreboard?
As Green plays on from fullback, he's found Strongman across half-back. No, it's not Strongman, it's McAuliffe. McAuliffe half-back line. Where's he going to go? Can he plan something in the process for Panton Hill? He's got the handball to Duffel. Duffel has to go back. This time he puts Watkins under the hammer, so little Watkins, big Watkins, goes out wide, and the kick was looking for Lincoln, but it only found Spagula.
Little Watkins.
Little Watkins, yeah.
Little kick from Big Watkins. Up to half-forward they go. Good mark. Duffel backing into the pack there. Handballs out to Lincoln. Lincoln at half-back has a look further afield. It's a weighted kick towards Gerard. He's got an opponent to beat out there in Taylor. Taylor makes a good contest of it, rather Drew, and it's taken out of bounds by Drew. He's happy to see it over the line, centre wing far side. Been long quarters here. We're into 31 minutes now. And it'll be thrown in centre wing far side. 93 plays 35. Big lead to Reservoir coming up to 3-quarter time. Watkins and Taylor to do the ruck work on that far side, centre wing. Taylor over the top, took it out of the air, just need to put a hand on him. Somehow he got a handball away to Spaghetti under some pressure, back out towards the boundary line, and we'll have the ball thrown in. Cherkop involved there, or Woods? Woods gets up off the ground, and it'll be thrown in centre wing far side.
Umpire he'll ball up this time. Watkins flicks out the back. Chance this time for Edwards. And as the siren goes here for three-quarter time, we have 5-5 Panton Hill. They are 35 points to Reservoir. 13 goals, 16. Is that 93?
Amanda, 93. 16, 94.
94.
So a little bit out on the board, but it is a commanding lead of, 59 points, Mark, to Reservoir. The warmth of the box at Whittlesea, because it'll be Privilege final day next Sunday for Division 2 at Whittlesea, and next Saturday for Division 1 at Epping. So a little change. Most people would be used to that Division 1 Privilege final on a Sunday. On Saturday this year, we're rolling for this, their final term. Set the stopwatch, and umpire Mickey O'Keefe puts it down the middle now. Nice bounce too, nice and high. Both rucks go at it. Neither got a hand onto it really. Strongman left the ball behind. Collins come off the half-back line. He couldn't move it forward, but Breeding does. Gets a little toe poke on it. Popped up into Taylor's hands. Taylor's got up the centre half forward. Coming through, Green must be playing up the ground now for Panton Hill. They dive in over the top of it. We're in the centre square area, slightly forward of the circle for Reservoir, kicking to the Plenty Valley end into this breeze that is gusting between 2 to 3 goals, and we'll have the ball thrown up.
As it was run out there by Dummett. Ashleford runs in onto the ball, but it's picked up there by, looks like Maker. He got over the Ryan. Ryan goes up into the pocket, and running on it'll be Edwards. Edwards with his pace will run him an open goal. Will he handball over the top? He says, no, I can kick this myself, and he slots through the first goal, and that's a nail in the coffin. 14 goals, 16. That'll be 100 points, Reservoir. They've cracked a ton to 5-5, 35 Panton Hill.
Will do. Back in the centre, Adam Walker to put it back down, and Reservoir looking to go into 3 figures. Taylor, Dummett probably got a fingertip on it, and he's got support at ground level. Strongman gets a high ball up to centre half forward. Got the hands onto it. Borchers couldn't hold on to the mark though. Gerard, a nice little step at ground level, puts a handball out wide to Oakley. Oakley runs onto it, needs to nail it for Panton Hill. The goal umpire runs back to the centre, raises 2 hands. It is a goal to Panton Hill. Can they come home with a charge? Reservoir 14-16, 98, Panton Hill 6-5, 41. Back in the centre, it's 14-16, 98, Reservoir 6-5, 41, Panton Hill.
100.
Oh, it's 100.
That's what we got. That's what we called.
I've given up on the scoreboard here. Comes down to the centre wing. Oakley takes the mark just forward a wing for the defensive side of wing for Panton Hill. Up to the half forward line. Borchers looking for position. Goes past him. Daniel Lincoln runs hard after it. Galletti gets across there, forces it to the boundary line. Over it goes. It'll be thrown in. All right, let me just recap here. It was 13-16 at three-quarter time. They've kicked a goal. 14-16 does make 100.
It does.
Right.
I'm pretty sure we called that.
1 minute into the final quarter and the scoreboard's off the mark already. The goal umpires will be standing there on their lines going grey, if they're not already grey. Ball on the way back in. Forward pocket for Panton Hill. Borchers up in the ruck. Second go at it. Got it down to Strongman on his left boot to the goal line. Offline and through for a behind. 14-17. No, that's a Panton Hill score. 6-6. 42 to 14-16, 100. Might have to keep doing that, Amanda.
Yeah, when we got to call the score,
scoring up from the bottom. Oh, you take the call. I'm lost.
Okay, this will be Drew. He comes to the member side of the ground. He's looking at there for Moody. He'll come from the back of the pack. Dummett was up high. Now it's won there by Strongman. Just he coughed it up, but making support there was Green. He got it over there to Oakley. Oakley lines a big sticks up there, and has it carried? It's gone. It's carried, but it's hit the post, and it'll be a minor score. So 6 goals, 7 will take him on to 43 points to 14-16. 100 points are Reservoir.
No use threatening the ground manager with the sack if the scoreboard's not right. He wouldn't care, would he? if he lost his job. It's a ball played on from the back pocket, and it's with Collins at the half-back line. Collins has a look forward. Target, Scotty Ryan, comes out to meet the ball. He's taking a strong mark, centre wing, far side. Plays on towards the boundary line. Heads up towards Mickey Noble, over the top, the defence. Bring the ball down towards the boundary line. At ground level, Carpenter, is it?
Yep.
And he might have gone for the long sleeves after half-time, has he? Giving it back to the field at boundary umpire, and Morrison will put it back into play. Between wing and half-forward, and it is a 58-point lead to Reservoir.
You might have went for the long arms, though, mate.
Hey?
You might have went for the long arms.
Long arms. Who's at ground level here? Reservoir. Can't get a clean kick away. Good defence from Skykes. Gets the ball, sends it back out towards Asherford. Asherford at half-back, into the middle of the ground. The kick looking for Jamie Lincoln. Comes a long way forward, hobbles towards the ball. Lincoln now goes to play on. Puts it out to Oakley. Oakley's going to have the run of the ball here. The bouncing ball. Oh, the bounce is a cruel one for him. Eventually gets it. McGrath closes him down. Has to kick it around the corner. And the mark taken across half-back by Williams, who's had a very steady game for Reservoir.
Certainly goes out there. Scott Mako's found some space. Half-back line. Takes the mark. Just weighing up his options now. He's telling he's going to kick long, which he does. He's looking up there for Scotty Ryan. He traps it. Got the handball back into Moody. Put his teammate under plenty of pressure, and the ball will come off Dummett's foot for Panton Hill, and it'll go out of bounds right in front of the umpire's dog box as we have a throw-in.
Slightly forward of centre wing for Reservoir, kicking to the Plenty Valley end. The scoreboard end here at the Laylaw Football Ground. Dummett and Taylor, loose ball being held on to is Edwards, and Edwards will come up with a free kick, and I'm leaning towards Edwards and Breeding here for our Auto Direct trophy at the end of the day, Mark.
Yeah, I think I got one of them right.
Edwards goes across the ground. Well, that's a pretty poor kick. Put Collins under plenty of pressure. Panton Hill caused a turnover. He comes to Strongman. Strongman from the middle of the ground unloads forward. Williams got his hands to it, couldn't hold on to it. Comes up with a footy, bumps off Gerard, but wrapped up quickly by Borchers, and it will be thrown up 35 metres out from the Panton Hill goal.
He done pretty well because he roved Gerard's tackle and he ran it straight into Borchers. It was thrown up there. Gerard took the ruck contest, grabbed the ball, had a shot for goal, and we'll see a point resulting. It's not what they want, Panton Hill. They want goals. They want them quickly as they go to 6 goals. 6 goals, 844 points to 14-16, 98. 100. That's right.
Drew from fullback, straight down the middle of the ground, come out to meet it. Churkop, handball come up to Edwards. Oh, he lost the ball on the tackle. A chance for Green. Green blazes away. It's a wide kick off the boot. Bounces over the boundary line, 10 metres around from the behind post. Panton Hill keeping the ball forward, looking to convert. Plenty of players in that attacking 50 area for Panton Hill. Gerard works his way across to do the ruck battle with Anetta. No, Anetta's going to leave the work to Taylor. So Taylor coming from behind, works his way to the front. Got a little tap down there, Breeding to run onto. Brilliant tap from Taylor. Breeding the clearing kick out to the half-back line. Getting across there, O'Sullivan tries to handball to his own advantage. Ashleford, good work to take it away from O'Sullivan. The boundary umpire, though, indicates that it's out of bounds. And it'll be thrown in at the half-forward line. Panton Hill into attack. They are 44, trailing Reservoir 100.
Throw in. Throw-in takes place now. It'll be Taylor versus Dummett. Or no one really got the work, but at ground level, Taylor works well. He got the kick back towards the centre circle, and it just runs across the face and goes towards centre half forward. And running through, trying to get there, looks like it was McAuliffe. And McAuliffe's tackled, and he was penalised there as Mickey Noble takes the free kick. The advantage has been paid, and he slots through his second goal. And more importantly, Reservoir's 15th, 15-16. That'll be 106 to 6-8-44.
Back to the centre here at the Laylaw Football Ground, and the umpire about to put the ball back down on the turf to get play underway. Ryan now moved in to do the ruck work for Reservoir against Dummett, and that bounce is going to favour Dummett. Got a big fist on it, went straight past his player running up the ground though. Panton Hill through Duffel. He's had a reasonable game for Panton Hill. Gets it around the corner, works it forward, but the kick went straight to Galletti for Reservoir at half back. He gets up, takes his time. They're in no rush, Reservoir. They're in command of the game. They're 106 to to 44, and he just comes back out towards the wing. Ryan's come up the ground and takes a comfortable mark. On the defensive side, centre wing, looks to move the ball up towards half forward. The kick, though, not his best, and the mark taken by Green, who's having a good last quarter. He's come up the ground and into the play in this final term.
Big kick up to the centre of the ground. He's looking there for Wood, but coming over the top there's Maker. Roving there was Collins. Collins fed it out to Edwards. Edwards starts, stands. Now he really puts on the pace. He delivers forward, looking for McGregor, but it's punched away there by Gill. It'll go out towards the boundary line. Trying to keep it in there was Howard, and it'll go out of bounds. 30 metres around from Reservoir goal. They lead here. I'm too scared to say the score now.
106 to 44. It's a 62-point lead.
Fix it up, Al.
And I think someone's indicating we should be keeping the score. Well, we've got it down below. We just have to wait for it to come up in the headsets. From the loose ball, and it's going to be Breeding across half forward. Gave it off to Collins. Collins got the handball up there. It was a good one to O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan throws it on the right boot, looking for McGregor. He's in front, and McGregor. What a terrific mark under plenty of pressure from Gill. Gill had his arms around McGregor. McGregor leaned forward, let the ball fall into his hands, outstretched hands, and held on to it. He will line up, 45-degree angle, 10 metres out from goal. And McGregor looking for, well, I said it earlier in the third term, so I won't say it too quickly, but looking for goal number 6 on the left boot. Straight through the middle. It is goal number 6 to the skipper for Reservoir, and they go to 16-16, 112 to Panton Hills 6-8-44. In the middle, Cooter and Reservoir, all one-way traffic now. Well, I shouldn't say that. Panton Hills had a lot of ball forward, haven't been able to convert. Emmett got his hand onto it. Breeding sockers off the ground. Emmett Dunn, I was thinking of there.
I know what you're thinking about.
Got it up there. Dummett, of course. And a flying shot on goal from Reservoir. Offline and through for a minor score. 16-17, 113 is a Reservoir. Panton Hill a 6-8-44. The quick kick in comes out to Chirkop. Takes the mark at the half-back line for Panton Hill. Wants to play on, but McGregor, brilliant work to come down from full forward, put the pressure on. Does get a kick away, Chirkop. Comes up to Strongman. Strongman, high kick to the half-forward line. Back there in numbers, Reservoir. At ground level, Taylor does brilliantly. Takes a bounce across the half-back line. He gives the advantage call here against Borchers on Grindle. Oh, then a little cheap one into the kidneys. Borchers still not happy. It's with Breeding in the middle of the ground. He works it forward to Carpenter. Carpenter couldn't hold on to the ball. Down to Duggan. Duggan steps around an opponent, but good work from Maker to get a hand on the ball. It was Ashford that finished up mopping up the play for Panton Hill. Quick kick to half forward. Lincoln's battled on hard all day to Ashford. Ashford works it up towards centre wing. The mark taken by Green.
Should pump it long as he goes out towards Gerard. Gerard's got a bit of space, but it's probably the typifies the way Panton Hill have gone this quarter. They've gone indirect and they've gone out wide. It'll go out of bounds. We'll see a throw in.
And Dummett works across to do the ruck work against Taylor. There are a few options in the ruck now, Reservoir, with Taylor and Netta, Pretty and Ryan. As the kick goes forward, the defence come out to meet the ball. It's Netta under there working hard, doesn't get a clean possession. He dives in after it again. They come over the top of him, and the umpire will come and throw it up in the forward pocket. Panton Hill kicking towards the city end. It's in their forward pocket. They are 44, trailing Reservoir 113. As the ball is thrown up, it comes down. No clean possession there, and the umpire will have to go through the motions again.
So we've got a ball up here, 25 metres out, 30 metres out from the Panton Hill goal. It was run there by Butler. He flicked it back there, looking for Lincoln. Now a chance there for Gleddy. Goes over the top there. He's got Breeding. Breeding goes long out towards the boundary line. He's looking out there that time for number 12 in Ryan. And it'll go out of bounds, and we'll see a throw-in take place.
14 minutes ticked over in this final term at the Layla Football Ground. It will be Reservoir to go on and play the Premier League final next week at Whittlesea on Sunday against the McLeod Club. Panton Hill's final series will come to an end today. They get the ball up towards the half-forward line. It's a loose one, and Netta and Galletti happy to see it over the boundary line, and we'll have it thrown in. Layla will go through to the grand final in Division 2 A grade. Greensboro have gone through in B grade, and in the C grade, it is also Greensborough through to the grand final. Ball to be thrown back in. Taylor grabs front position, takes the ball out of the air, fed the handball off there to Collins. Collins loses the ball on the tackle. He in turn applies a tackle on his opponent. The ball comes loose, squeezed out by Reservoir over the boundary line. At Whittlesea next Sunday, McLeod and Reservoir in the A-grade clash. Diamond Creek and... who's in that B-grade match?
Greensborough.
Greensborough? No, they had the win today. Work that one out in a moment. C-grade will be McLeod and Thomastown Laylaw. Greensborough lost, did they?
Yeah, Laylaw won.
The ball goes forward and wrapped up there. Okay, it's Greensborough it is.
Greensborough and Diamond Creek.
And in C-grade next week, it'll be McLeod and Thomastown Laylaw Stars. Ball thrown up at the half forward. And the kick out of the pack goes up towards centre wing. A good mark taken there by Maker. Oh, he's still full of run too. Takes a bounce through the centre. Saw Grindle wide, tried to get out to him. Wasn't the best of kicks. Grindle's got a player in support, so the numbers are here with Reservoir. Brilliantly trapped by Grindle. Gave it to Carpenter. Does he want the goal or does he give it to the skipper? He gives it to the skipper, who marks it in front of the behind post on the scoreboard side here, hard up in the pocket at Laylaw.
The work came from Maker and Grindle on that occasion, and they set it up here for McGregor to finish off the good work. So he's deep in the pocket. Already kicked 6. The captain, McGregor, on his left foot as he squeezed this one through. I think he has. He certainly has. And that takes his tally to 7 for the day. It's been a great effort from McGregor up forward. He's capitalised on all the opportunity, and they go on to 17 goals, 17 to Panton Hill, 6 goals, 8.
Back in the centre. And it is umpire Walker to put the ball down in the middle. It goes. Watkins back on the ground to do the ruck work. Runs in over the top of Taylor. It's a handball fed forward by Strongman up towards centre forward. Grindle comes through to meet it. Grindle puts a handball backwards looking for Drew. They're under a bit of pressure now, the Reservoir defence, for Drew gets his hands on the ball. Round the corner and Maker has got away from his opponent on centre wing. Over the top, strong lead from Howard. It's a good pass. Howard marks the ball up on centre wing. Inboard, he's got Breeding. He's going to go along, though, down that boundary line and find Taylor. Taylor now inboard, short pass. McGregor comes out. Brilliant pass from Taylor. McGregor had a clear run at the ball and has taken the mark. 8 last week he kicked. He's kicked 7 today, lining up number 8. 45 metres out and almost directly in front.
Yeah, certainly finished off some good work up through the midfield as he lines it up. On his left foot, comes in. Goal umpire motionless, straight over the top of the goal umpire's head. 18 goals, 17 are Reservoir, and they lead, and they will be going into next week's preliminary final because Panton are only 6 goals, 7.
Be a big win to the Reservoir Football Club in this, the first semi-final. And they'll take plenty of confidence. They've had a tough run coming into the final series. They've performed well, and they defeated McLeod a few weeks ago, kicking 3 goals in 3 minutes to get up and win that game. So they'll be full of confidence, taking on the McLeod side, who finished second on the table. Reservoir ended the season in 5th position. That match at Whittlesea next Sunday. Saturday football at Epping next Saturday, preliminary final. Montmorency in all 3 grades. In A grade they take on Bundura, B grade they take on Epping, and C grade they take on West Preston Lakeside. From the throw-up, Jamie Lincoln tried to squeeze the kick out, rebounded off Ryan. They knock it forward to Noble Reservoir. Noble handball in forward to Breeding. Breeding again, a good turn of pace. Centre forward, the pass a little bit too long on this occasion for Carpenter. And when you're looking for an Auto Direct trophy, you've got to be spot on because it's a tight contest between Breeding and Edwards.
Certainly is, as Lincoln takes the ball. He goes out wide, and he was looking for Anderson on that occasion, but it was to no avail because he couldn't take the mark. It goes out of bounds. Half forward line for Reservoir. They've been in control of this second half.
Into time on last quarter.
As the throwing takes place, Butler way up the ground, obviously having a run in the ruck, but it's won there by Edwards. Edwards goes over the top there to his teammate there, Eno Sutherland. He goes forward with a kick across goal and running back with a flight of ball, and that's a fantastic mark taken there that time by, it looks...
Howard?
Is it Howard? Yeah, you might be right. It is Howard.
But you're right, what a
That was
terrific
a good mark.
Running with the ball, diving down, sliding on the hard turf here at Laylaw. 20 metres out, directly in front, looking for goal number 19. Comes in, ball on the way. Ooh, well, he's raised the hand. The umpire's come back to the centre.
No problems.
It is 19th goal to Reservoir. 19-17 Reservoir leading Panton Hill. 6 goals, 8. 21 minutes in.
6 goals this quarter. Okay, we're back in the centre as a Reservoir increase their lead as the ball is ready to be put down in the middle. Watkins to do battle with Taylor. Taylor's nearly rucked all the second half and he wins a tap out there over to Green. Green with his stand and deliver straight up to the tooth of goal, but it's the right-hand side of the post and it'll go through for a minor score. So that takes them on to 6 goals 9 to 19 goals 17.
The breeze picking up again here at Laylaw late in the day. Drew brings the ball in short, looking for Breeding. Breeding takes the mark across half back. Covered a lot of territory, the likes of Breeding and Edwards today. O'Sullivan, the kick forward, Pretty, as you said, had a bit of a spell. Comes on, taking the mark on half back. Pretty on the centre wing on that far side. Noble comes in from behind to bring the ball to ground. Here's a good turn of pace though. Panton Hill with the bounce. Long kick forward, but he's let himself down. And a kick, a wide one, out of bounds on the full. And the free kick here to be taken by Goletti off the half-back line for Reservoir. 19-17 to Panton Hill, 6-8. 22 and a half minutes into the final term.
Okay, Galletti from the back pocket goes long towards the centre of the ground, but the only one there, and over the top there is Taylor. Taylor certainly come into the game in the second half as he's got player through a netter from the running through the half-back line. They switch the play as they go up forward. Grindle had one arm to it. Here's a chance for Gill. Can he keep it in? He does. Got over to Oakley. Oakley's tackled. Good tackle there by O'Sullivan, but they're good enough to get away with it, Panton Hill, as they go long down to the weak position. Butler, can he get a touch out of this contest? No, he hasn't, and it'll go out of bounds, and we'll see a throw in.
Well, the start of the show last week, Butler.
Had a bit of a dog of a day, Butler, today.
Not his best.
Nope.
Struggled to get in the contest. It's on centre wing in front of the clubhouse here at Laylaw. The ball to be thrown back in, 19-17 to 6-8. Reservoir well in control. On the way back in, Watkins brings it to the front of the pack. Good handball from Strongman over the top for Butler. Butler picked it up nicely. Little kick around the corner looking for... Who's that? Jamie Lincoln, who comes out to meet the ball. Hip and shoulder with Collins. Collins turns around to dive back in over the ball. Panton Hill come over the top. Strongman gets in there, pushes a couple out of the contest. The football's going nowhere. It's late in the day, and the umpire will come in and throw the ball up at the half-forward line. Panton Hill into attack.
Not much time left in this last term, as umpire Walker will throw the ball up. Dummett, uncontested. Got a tap down. Who's it going to favour? It's really going to favour no one because it's going to go out of bounds, and we'll see a throw-in.
Still at that half-forward line for Panton Hill.
Panton Hill have only kicked 1 goal after half-time.
Yeah, 1 goal 3, something like that.
1 goal 3, yeah.
1-3, 1-4.
1-3.
As the ball comes back in. Dummett pushed underneath it. Taylor at the back. He's had a brilliant second half. Gets the ball back in the middle of the ground. Carpenter worked under the ball. Duggan did well. Backs up onto it. Gets out wide, and the kick, well, it was meant there for Walker, but coming through is that man Breeding to take the mark. Just short of centre wing. Got a player in short in the middle, O'Sullivan. And again, just controlling the ball into the breeze. O'Sullivan now, the long one to centre half forward.
The back.
Getting across there is Taylor, who's drifted down the ground. Watkins, the big ruckman for Panton Hill, picks up the ball, goes sideways. Mickey Noble can't get his hand on the ball, out of bounds in front of the Reservoir box there. Coaching staff and players would be all very happy with proceedings, as Reservoir will take the game here today, move into the preliminary final next week at Whittlesea. Panton Hill can shut up shop for the season.
Throw-in will take place, or Scott tries to push his, Ryan tried to push his opponent under the ball, but fortunately it goes into Grindle's hands, and Grindle will take the kick against Lincoln. He's given away a few kicks, Lincoln, in the second half here.
Well, as you said earlier, a little bit of frustration. I mean, they've certainly missed Box and Townsend on the ground today, Panton Hill, and that kick forward
Howard,
from Grindle has found Howard. Howard kicked their last goal. And we'll go back and line up from 45 metres out Not too much of angle to speak of. Howard comes in, boot the ball long to the goal line, wobbly one to the near side, and a minor score. 19 goals, 18, 132 Reservoir, 6 goals, 9, 45 Panton Hill. The ball, the comeback in, Panton Hill. Low and hard, looking for Dummett. He got front position on that occasion, Dummett, and took a strong mark in front of Drew. Went to ground, a little bit slow to get up. And looks to have developed a little bit of a hobble when he's got up there, so landed awkwardly. Puts a kick out to Oakley, and Oakley just short of centre wing has the ball for Panton Hill. Not a lot of movement up forward. Lincoln moves across with Strongman, so still full of run Lincoln. Ball comes off hands. At the back there, Strongman tried to sweep the handball forward. Stolen by McGrath for Reservoir. Spotted up Ryan. Ryan marks short of centre wing. Hits the ground running, puts it out wide to O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan at centre forward wanted to play on, didn't realise he was closed down so quickly. Duggan tried to come over the top of Carpenter. Carpenter pushed off it by Ashford. Ashford on his left boot. Puts a high one out there for Duffel. Duffel marks at half-back. Being one of their better players for Panton Hill. Duffel gives the handball off now. Ashford back into the centre to Chirkop. Chirkop can't control the ball. Does manage to gather it up at the ground level, comes out wide, and the ball is in the arms of Scotty Walker.
He goes long. It was Anderson. He went up there to Lincoln. Lincoln's deep on the boundary line, and he's getting hot lip.
It was Nigel Anderson.
It was, yes. As Lincoln decides to go short. He's got to play a short. It was meant for Anderson. No, it was the came over the top there to Borchers, and Borchers cops one on the top of the head. But he's poor. Importantly, he's taken the mark and we'll have a shot for goal.
He's more worried about telling them I didn't like their treatment than getting on and having a shot on goal. It's probably one of his few kicks for the day, Tim Borchers. Hurries the kick too, and he just blazes away. And out of bounds on the full at the end of the day. A free kick in the back pocket to...
Taylor.
It's not Taylor.
It is.
Yeah, is it?
Yes.
Taylor to Breeding. And Breeding has it at half-back line. Well, he's covering a lot of territory, Taylor and Breeding. It was Taylor. They go sideways again, just controlling the ball, and Netta. And Netta goes forward. Maker takes the mark, hits the ground running. Showed plenty of pace today, Maker on that wing. Goes up to the half-forward line, and Grindle's drifted a long way forward. He wanted to get the ball moving quickly to Carpenter while he's free, but the delivery was poor. Duffel takes the ball. No one to go to. Sweeping handball over the top. Ashford there. Onto his left boot, goes forward underneath it. Chirkop coming over the top, Ryan. Ryan brings the ball to ground. Chirkop first to recover for Panton Hill. Kicks in towards centre half forward. Taylor. Can he take that mark? No, can't control it. Thrown out the back of the pack there. Good call against Pretty, and it will be a free kick. Again, is it Borchers at centre half forward for Panton Hill? Unloads. That's a shocking kick forward. Really no care in the kick at all. And Netta been asked to play on, the mark not paid. Swings out of trouble with the ball. Puts it into the open space at the half-back line. Still full of run, Reservoir. McGrath gets there first. No, it's Moody. Moody has a bit of a jig one way, then the other. On the left boot up towards centre wing. Dummett has to work hard to get back for Panton Hill. Support coming through from Green. Green puts it on the boot. Sends the ball forward. But at the 29 minute mark of the the final quarter, the siren sounds, and it is a win to Reservoir. They've kicked 19 goals, 18, 132 to defeat Panton Hill, 6 goals, 9, 45.